Well, it's another 6 o'clock. Get up and make today count as well. Keep walking, keep trusting the process, and all will be fine. Good morning, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the AM show here on the Joy News channel. We begin with a look at the stories shaping the national conversation and decisions, controversies and development, and find some answers. On our news review today, on the Matters Arising segment this morning, it takes us to first look into the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital, where a standoff between management and doctors has left patients caught in the middle. As they say, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. With services disrupted and concerns growing over access to care, the big question remains: who takes responsibility when the health system itself becomes a casualty? Also, 21 billion cedis of the first quarter budget remains unspent, has triggered debate. And is this a sign of fiscal discipline and prudent management, or does it point to delays in implementing critical programs at a time Ghanaians are demanding action on the economy? Now, many people have been talking about this economy. They say that the Minister of Finance is not releasing funds. You've seen the sort of fight that is going on between the Ministry of Agriculture, or the Minister of Agriculture, and that of Finance. The question that a lot of people keep asking is, what really is at play? Is it that there's no money and we're not spending, or there's money but we don't want to spend, that people call fiscal discipline? Well, we'll delve into that particular matter here on the show. Now, in the energy sector, attention is now turning to the Central Oil Refinery, and we will go there this morning as plans progresses for it to refine about 1 million barrels of Jubilee crude. Could this mark a turning point for Ghana's refining ambitions and revive confidence in the future of the Tema Oil Refinery, or what? I mean, we'll delve into those matters as well. And following another tragic collapse, building collapse at Aveno, questions are mounting over enforcement of building regulations after reports that the structure had no permits. As lives are lost in such incidents, who should bear the blame? Developers, regulators, or a system struggling to enforce its own rules? Yesterday, a structure was demolished, an 4-story structure, we're told, because of its structural integrity. The Ministry of Local Government says they are now going to start, vetting permits that have been issued, and that some other structures have been earmarked for demolition. We'll get into all of those matters here on the show. These are the issues we unpack this morning with our panelists, including Dr. Bernard Tutu-Buaini, is a lecturer in political marketing at the University of Education, Winneba. Kojo Nsafwapoko is executive director in STEP and a member of the MPP's Communications Directorate. Hobson Adoye is Director of Field Operations for the United Party, and Mohammed Bataglia is MP, Sisala East, and board member of the Tema Oil Refinery. We'll ask him, because we know that there are plans to refine some oil or crude there. What are the plans like? So he will be on top of it when we are discussing the matter with Central and all of that. So do stay with us. Let's go through today together, share the issues and thought about how Ghana can develop and become the beacon of hope in Africa that it has always been known for. So as you know, always, I do this show with Emefa, Akosua, Adeti. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. You can call me a Hunter Pele. Now, as we say in my Hunter language, Elabase, Kababa Mahini Bavernakashi, the Kabama Woma Krane, and Yawa, Sensei, na your Bame, Nonubunu, Wabume Kankelabase. So to it, as you join us today, thank you for putting your downs here. Be with us from now to 10 a.m. as we share thought together on the show. Stay on for the news.
This week on the career trail.
I normally don't talk about my childhood because I had a very awkward childhood. The second time that they came, they took him away for a long time, beat him till he started coughing blood. So I saw a lot of these pains. And there's not been any menial job that I haven't done. The only time I had a Christmas dress was I did a corn farm. I remember it was on dot, white and red, and then the white trousers that time, tight here, and then the baggy one. And then there was a rubber shoe called Bontaki Polo. God has a sense of humor. When he has great things for you, he makes your beginning very humble.
Hello, good morning, and welcome aboard to the AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaji, and our very first story. It's now 5 days since a building collapsed at Adenta during heavy rains, killing a mother and injuring 4 other people. As the site is yet to be cleared, 2 questions remain: how the families left behind will cope, and how a building that both residents and the municipal assembly say was flagged as unsafe was ever allowed to stand. Emmanuel Samani returned to Adenta and has filed this report.
This is the spot. A few days ago, this was a building of families, full of noise and full of ordinary evenings. Now, it's bare ground. The night it came down, the rain was pouring and the power was out. People dug with their hands in the dark, pulling out whoever they could reach. By morning, the injured had been rushed to the hospital, to the University of Ghana Medical Center, and to the 37 Military Hospital, where some are still fighting to recover. One did not make it out at all. A mother, found with her young son, still alive beside her. Now the question remains, or the attention has been shifted to 2 things. The families who have lost their building and their home, as well as a loved one, and the question that goes to the community and residents here, why this building was allowed to continue, or the building project was allowed to continue. In all, 1 person was killed and 3 others injured. The woman who died was a mother of 3. Her son, Solomon, is being treated at the University of Ghana Medical Center. Fred Watting lives just meters from where the building stood. He was there when it came down around 5:30 that evening.
The landlord, the owner, had a wife and 3 children and a tenant at the top. They were all stuck in there. You also have a Toyota Corolla. It's still under the rubble. So at that time it was about 7. It was still raining heavily.
Solomon survived. He was operated on immediately at the University of Ghana Medical Center. Days on, his nurse says he is improving, but not yet out of difficulty.
Looking at the things that all happened during the surgery, they saw that there was a break in the limbs, that is both limbs. As you can see, as he's lying down, we've elevated the limbs, and also there's some abrasions in his face, his hands, and all that. So when he came, yes, the condition was bad, but today I can say it's progressing.
But survival has come at a cost the family is struggling to meet. Solomon's bill is now approaching 20,000 cedis with little support so far.
So currently, yes, the bills are piling up. And so the very first day they brought Solomon, one of my cousins was here to make an initial deposit of 2,000 cedis. And also other relatives came to pay an additional 2,000 cedis. But NADMO came in to refund that money. So they informed us that the MCE and the Assembly will be taking care of Solomon. But as at now, we haven't received an official information because we went to the finance department of UGMC and they told us that we need an official document so that it can prove to them that the Assembly is the one going to take care of Solomon.
A developer is on the run. A family is waiting on a letter to keep a boy in hospital. And children are yet to learn that their mother is no more. For the people of Adenta, the building has fallen, but the questions it left behind have not. Emmanuel Samani, Joy News, Adenta.
That's a very unfortunate story there by Emmanuel Samani. The Nkusukum Traditional Council in Infantaman Municipality of the Central Region has entered the growing debate over the extension of the ongoing Big Push Road project following concerns raised by the Mankesim Traditional Council. Addressing a press conference, the paramount chief of the traditional area, Nana Okesi Isando IX, firmly rejected claims linking the project to other traditional jurisdictions. He maintained that the entire stretch of the road falls within the Nkusukum and Ekumfi lands and must be duly recognized as a development project within the traditional area.
The press conference brought to light a number of pressing issues affecting the Nkusukum traditional area. Addressing the media, the paramount chief of the Nkusukum traditional area, Nana Okese Isando IX, directed all communities within the traditional jurisdiction to officially prefix their names with Nkusukum as a means of preserving and asserting the area's historical and cultural identity.
No. From today, every Nkusukum town, including Nkusukum Amasi, should preface its signboard with Nkusukum. Example, just say Yamanasa should preface it Nkusukum Yamanasa. Iguasi, Nkusukum Iguasi. Raba, Nkusukum Raba. Ogwekume, Nkusukum Ogwekume. Bilwe, Nkusukum Bilwe. As for Kuntu, they have already done it. All the Nkusukum towns should preface the Nkusukum to the name, including everywhere, Amasi, everywhere. And we are going to name the runabout Nkusukum Mankesim runabout.
Touching on the ongoing Big Push Road project in Mankesim, Nana Okese Isando IX firmly dismissed claims linking the project to any other traditional area, stressing that the road passes solely through Nkusukum lands and should be recognized as such.
The road, the old road in Mankesim, passes through Ekumfi land and Nkusukum land. Only. There is no, even let me say, I am a technical person, I know what I'm saying. Not 1 meter stretch of road passing through any other traditional council in Mankesim, apart from Nkusukum and Ekumfi. The whole of the road in Mankesim. Lay emphasis. Yes, I'm emphasizing that pass through Nkusukum and Ekumfi. And we are the ownership. The runabout in Mankesim belongs to Nkusukum Traditional Council and has been a hub for our traditional and heritage symbols.
The paramount chief also expressed strong disappointment with the Member of Parliament for Infantaman, Dr. Prince Ebenezer Ahen, accusing him of showing disregard for the Nkusukum Traditional Council.
We have invited the MP twice and he refused to come. Today is the second time. The President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This is what his MP for Infantiman, Dr. Ebenezer Prince Kojo has done. NDC party is welcome to the Nkusukum Traditional Council anytime, any day. But without Prince Ebenezer Kojo, he can never accept food in Nkusukum Traditional Council. We have declared persona non grata.
From Nkusukum, Abigail Lisal Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
Let's stay a while longer in the central region because authorities in Cape Coast are intensifying calls for environmental stewardship as part of activities marking World Environment Day, urging residents to take active steps in protecting the environment. The Forestry Commission has set an ambitious target of planting 30 million trees this year to safeguard the country's natural resources. Local authorities are therefore encouraging communities to embrace tree planting and conservation efforts to help curb growing threats of environmental degradation and rain-related disasters.
In a World Environment Day commemorative event in Cape Coast, the Metropolitan Manager of the Forest Services Division of the Forestry Commission, George Osei, announced that the Commission aims to plant 30 million trees this year as part of efforts to protect and sustain the environment for future generations.
Trees are for life, and also we are aware that the future belongs to our children. So another purpose why His President John Dramani Mahama is commemorating this event is that to inculcate into our children the spirit and the culture of planting trees. Today, we are planting 30 million trees across Ghana. And the theme for the occasion is forests and economies. We all know that trees create jobs, trees does everything. So Cape Coast, we are planting about 350,000 seedlings. We are urging all and sundry institutions, religious bodies, chiefs, and what have you, to come in their numbers to plan so that we also achieve the target that has been set before us.
The Metropolitan Chief Executive of Cape Coast, George Justice Arthur, noted that many rain-related disasters are linked to the indiscriminate felling of trees and therefore urged residents to plant more trees and allow existing ones to thrive.
Today marks a tree planting day as the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources is embarking on. And of course, the President is doing that as President initiative. And it cut across all MMDAs in Ghana. Cape Coast Metropolitan Assembly, as rightly said by the Forestry, has a very good landscape. And of course, we have also envisioned that in our 8-year development plan to make Cape Coast one of the greatest cities with debt-free and green environment. I initially also brought up what you called Green Cape Coast. So this is in line with the vision of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Now, recent happening in respect to the disaster and the problems we are facing as a result of rains is as a result of a cutting of trees indiscriminately. And so we plead with everybody to allow the trees to grow.
From Cape Coast, Abigail Lisal Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
Now, the Environmental Protection Authority in Takwa is asking traditional authorities in the area to augment the EPA's fight against illegal mining. Derek Ashialogo wants the chiefs to use traditional methods as tools in dealing with anyone found culpable. More in Lord Terrier's report.
Speaking after the Environmental Protection Authority in Takwa donated refuse bins to all schools at Daman to encourage them to adhere to proper waste management systems to commemorate World Environment Day, Derek Ashialogo said the EPA cannot win the fight alone without the help of traditional authorities.
We believe if the chiefs of the various communities we want to help government fight this menace, then it will be necessary for them to invoke some spirits so that people will not enter our water bodies to do illegal mining.
He wants the chief to use cultural methods to sanction people who degrade the land and pollute water bodies.
Or the forest to do illegal mining. If you want to mine, if you visit the EPA and Minerals Commission, you'll be taken through the right processes, you'll get your concession, and you can do it, and we can regulate your activity. These people are not being regulated. If you want to regulate them, they will want to attack you. They don't understand regulation. So we believe we can try this step and see whether it will work.
Managing Director of Diamond Gold Mines, Emmanuel Esken, also pledged his company's support to deal with illegal mining.
It's normal. Gentlemen, water is life. We do what we do, illegal mining, to get money. What is the sense, excuse my French, of getting the money and using all the money to treat your child who has drank the water that you destroyed? It's no longer about politicians. It's no longer about government. It's about ourselves. We even have instances where people from nearby countries come and do illegal mining in Ghana. They destroy our waters and they go back to live.
Lord Terrier's report for Joy News.
Well, it's time for some business updates, and the Hunter Pele himself, Samuel Kojo, will bring us that right after this breather.
Well, this is some business news now, and the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors says it is too early to expect any impact on local fuel prices or product supply following Century Refinery's receipt of 1 million barrels of Jubilee crude for local processing. But Chief Executive of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, Dr. Patrick Ofori, says the market should manage its expectations.
For pricing, that one, anybody who says because you are producing domestically, directly the prices are going to go down, I will say no, because they are like saying that gold or crude oil that we are exporting, because it is coming to send you, they are not going to charge the required international price. Such commodities like gold and all these international commodities, they are internationally benchmarked, that they have platforms whereby they know where this particular product is going and who is paying for what. So such pricing is not going to be an issue, but it's just that over a long period of time, it helps improve your foreign exchange, and which we all know that the foreign exchange is a key and a major determinant of the pricing of petroleum products in the country.
Well, the director of CSIR Crop Research Institute, Professor Maxwell Asante, is calling for more private sector investment in Ghana's seed industry. He says a strong seed industry is key to achieving food sovereignty and reducing imports. Professor Asante, however, indicates the right government policies are needed to support such investment and ensure success. He made the remarks on the Super Morning Show as part of the Joy Business Agribusiness Month.
I think the government must create an enabling environment for people to invest in the indigenous seed industry. So if you create an environment where they know imports will not just come in anyhow. If it's coming in at all, it's based on a quota. So maybe for vegetables, we're able to produce 20%. You are allowing only 70%, and then we give ourselves 2-3 years to get there. So it's about policy an investment from the private sector mainly. Because for me, the most sustainable way of driving the seed industry is a private sector investment. But that cannot be done without the right government policy and environment. Because you are a businessman. No businessman will put in money where he's not sure whether he's going to make profits.
Well, and that's it for Business Update. Back to you, Tunisia.
Thank you, Hunter Philly. So Kojo Brace for bringing us business. You're good, Bill.
And you know, I love it how the way you pronounce the Hunter Pele.
Oh, stop. All right, so that's it for AM News. But don't forget that the AM show is sponsored by Shield Silicone Paints from Azar Group, Syntex Pipes, and Time Herbal Mixture. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we enjoy today's moment, remember to keep your body refreshed and your energy right with Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water. Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water is not just any water. It's natural and mineral-rich that keeps you going. So whether you're dancing, cheering, networking, or simply enjoying the moment, Fresh Drop Still Natural Mineral Water helps you stay cool, refreshed, and fully present. So grab a bottle available in 500 ml, 20-liter jars, and sachets. For bulk purchase or inquiries, call 055 22 50290. Now, the World Cup fever is on and everyone is getting excited. Comview Ghana says the match shouldn't just be on the pitch. You can bring stadium experience home. This is the time to buy your crystal clear TVs, soundbars, home theaters, smartphones, laptops, projectors, and more at unbeatable prices. Remember, this isn't just discount sale. It's a chance to win a 100-inch 4K smart TV, cash, laptops, phones, and many other amazing prizes when you spend more than 1,000 cedis or more. So rush to any Comview Ghana showroom or shop online at comviewghana.com or call 030-275-2020 or WhatsApp 024-314-3143. Comview Ghana Gold Rush Season, the ultimate football experience. My name is Denise Apomaje. For more news, log on to myjournalline.com. Up next is sports. Enjoy the rest of the show and do have a lovely Tuesday.
This week on the Career Trail.
I normally don't talk about my childhood because I had a very awkward childhood. The second time that they came, they took him away for a long time, beat him till he started coughing blood. So I saw a lot of these pains. There's not been any menial job that I haven't done. The only time I had a Christmas dress was I did a corn farm. I remember it was on dot, white and red, and then the white trousers that time, tight here, and then the baggy one. And then there was a rubber shoe called Bontaki Polo. God has a sense of humor. When he has great things for you, he makes your beginning very humble.
We bring you sports now on the AM show. I am Muftau Nabila Abla. It's 48 hours to the FIFA World Cup. It's happening on Thursday. And if you want to showcase your business to the rest of the world, do not forget, Latina Travel and Tour is the only home that will lead you to the US to give you a platform that will have your business shown to millions of people. Ghana exports billions of dollars of non-traditional goods annually to the USA. And the 2026 FIFA World Cup match between Ghana and England will be in Boston, and so will the Made in Ghana Expo on the 22nd and 23rd of June 2026 at the end manufacturers, entrepreneurs, artisans, food and beverage processors, fashion designers, beauty and cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, medical equipment, real estate, banking and finance, building and constructions, and many more to leverage Ghana's World Cup moment and connect with international buyers, distributors, and investors in Boston, where traveling fans from all over the world would converge in Boston, the city with the strongest Ghanaian diaspora presence. This expo will showcase Ghana's most powerful commercial business exhibition and business-to-business network with U.S. companies. Register now, call to reserve a booth and enjoy massive global visibility and clinch your share in the huge U.S. export market. Call Latina on 0244-260-789 or come to Latina Travel, located in the Alisa Hotels, Northridge, Accra. This Made in Ghana FIFA World Cup Expo is powered by the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. And also to be able to give people an opportunity of witnessing the FIFA World Cup at the semi-final and the final stages, get in touch with March Hospitality Experience. They are the only FIFA authorized agency who have been given an opportunity to sell the tickets, and they've been given a small batch of tickets. So call March Hospitality Experience on 055-155-1119 or send us an email, sales at MatchEXP Hospital. Let's hear from President of the Ghana Football Association, Kurt Okreku. He's been speaking about the appointment of Carlos Queiroz as the head coach of Ghana's Black Stars. According to him, the Portuguese is the right man to lead the senior national team to the FIFA World Cup.
So, I have not known Carlos for long. Okay. Or we have not known him for long. His name came up during the time we were looking for a new trainer. And he went through the process of interviews. Okay. I think we had 3 rounds of interviews with him, and all the other shortlisted candidates, and I think he came out tops. I think so far he's been good. He's a man of his words, with over 40 years of experience at the highest level of football, both at club level and at international level. He wouldn't have gotten here by chance. I think that his skill set is there for everybody to see. He's very humble but extremely firm. Yeah. These are attributes that I've come to see of him. He's extremely firm in his belief, and I think that he's arrived at this point because of who he is. And it's important all of us as a people see him as such, that he didn't arrive at where we fished him from by chance. If he is not a man who has delivered, if he is not a man who controls his territory, if he is not a man who has seen it all over 40 years, there's no way clubs, nations will give him the chance to lead their clubs or their countries. I think that when we say somebody has seen it all, he fits that bill. And I like the fact that when he walks into that changing room, he has natural respect. Right. Because he's managed different kind of players. Players with different levels of attitude. He's been part of the Galacticos story in Madrid. He's been part of the history that was made at Old Trafford. I mean, if there's somebody who has seen it all, with the Neville brothers, David Beckham, I mean, just to name a few, he's seen everything.
The Ghana Football Association had been working to secure Carlos Queiroz another friendly match after his first game against Wales. However, the football governing body, it appears at the moment, will not be able to secure another match for him before Ghana's World Cup opener against Panama. Communications Director of the Ghana Football Association, Henry Asante-Chum, had been explaining to Joy Sports in an interview on Sports Zone, stating that the Football Association had to secure a venue for the match. However, the opponents they were looking out for did not confirm their availability for the match.
We would have loved to play another friendly after the game against Wales. You know that we confirmed the Wales game weeks ago, if not months ago. Somewhere in March, we confirmed the friendly against Wales. We also started the process of getting at least one more high-intensity friendly match. But we were thrown between getting a qualified nation or a nation that hasn't qualified for the World Cup. As of last week, if we were staying in Europe for one more week, we would have gotten one of the top 10 teams in the FIFA rankings to play. But we had already planned to fly to USA 24 hours after the game against Wales. So that friendly against one of those top teams wasn't possible. We had initial conversations. We had meetings with the leadership of the Football Association of Jamaica that I can confirm. We also had detailed conversations and engagement with our brothers from Honduras, which I can also confirm. But what did not happen is that they had their initial plans. And in times like this, teams are looking at movement of logistics, movement of players, cost implications. And once we were the ones calling for this friendly, it means all those costs would come to us. Yeah. So we began the process of getting a favorable venue or favorable stadium for the game. We succeeded in getting one. We would have actually used the DC United Stadium for this friendly. Then I think a few days later, we were told by one of them that they were playing a game against Brazil. And so they needed to think through it again before they come back to us. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm the friendly because of some challenges. We had to inform the technical team, i.e. the head coach, to see what we could do immediately. He needed time to think about it. As we speak, there is nothing on the table. The coach wants to focus on training for now. In the coming days, if there is anything to do regarding another game, we will announce. But at this moment, it doesn't look likely.
The biggest news that came to limelight was U.S. authorities' decision to deny Somali referee who was appointed by FIFA and CAF to officiate at the FIFA World Cup entry to the U.S. despite the referee holding a diplomatic passport. He had gotten to the U.S. and authorities decided to send him back. Now, FIFA says that they do not control immigration process of host nations of their major competitions. Referee Omar Atan, who is Africa's best referee at the age of 34, would have been the first Somali referee to officiate at the FIFA World Cup. However, he has been denied entry to the United States. The 2025 CAF Confederation referee was barred from entering the country at Miami International Airport and is currently in Turkey. No reason for Atan's repatriation has been issued by the U.S. immigration authorities, but Somalia is one of several countries on travel ban listed, on the travel ban list introduced by President Donald Trump's administration. After speaking to the U.S. authorities, World Governing Body FIFA said Atan will miss the tournament, and FIFA says that FIFA can confirm that the match official Omar Abdul Qadir Atan will be unable to train and officiate at the FIFA World Cup 2026 after he was denied entry to the United States. FIFA is not involved in host country immigration processes, including visa adjudications, and has been informed by authorities that Mr. Atan's status will not be changed at present. In line with previous FIFA events, a host government ultimately determines who receives a visa and who is admitted into their country. A senior advisor to Somalia's Ministry of Youth and Sports confirmed the denial of entry, and the referee himself has also issued a statement. And in the statement, he described the decision of U.S. authorities to deny him entry into the country as disappointing. He says that despite the circumstances, I'm in a positive mood and I am focused on the next challenges in my refereeing career. I would like to thank FIFA and CAF for all their support, and I promise to keep my refereeing levels up as I concentrate on the future. I want to thank the football family for their messages and wish my colleagues all the best success during the World Cup, and I look forward to joining them again in future competitions. That is the statement from both FIFA and the referee, who was denied entry to the U.S. By U.S. immigration authorities because Somalia is one of the countries on Donald Trump's administration travel ban list. So citizens of Somalia are not permitted to enter into the U.S. And FIFA says they are not involved in those immigration processes. Hence, the decision to drop the referee from participating in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And in fact, aside from that, Malian player, Papu Diaye, he was given a proper search at the airport. He had to open his arms, open his legs. The searches in the U.S. airport are quite interesting. But let's talk women's football. Ghana's Black Queens, they will be in action in July during the African Women's Cup of Nations. Head coach of the team, Ken Lars, has been speaking about team's preparations ahead of the tournament.
I'm really happy with the game today. It was very intense. It's always tough to play against boys. This team, I want to give a play. They really like good football. They were fast. Of course, there are situations when a woman can't challenge a boy, even if he is 15 years old. But otherwise, I think we played a really good, compact defense. We had our chances. We had 1-0, 2-1. We were a little bit tired in the second half, but otherwise we did really good. So I'm happy with the game today. I mean, for us, of course, we preferred to play against the national team. When we found out that we couldn't do it, we did the best of the situation. We haven't been that much to Ghana, so I also felt it was a great opportunity for the players to be here, and especially because the biggest part of the group, they play abroad. So to be here in Ghana, eat Ghanaian food, and play some games against a local team like we did today, I think they have been perfect. And also, it gives us a chance to do some set pieces that we maybe couldn't do if we played against the national team. So I see this camp as very positive. In the preparation to the AFCON, we're going to play another 2-3 games. So we will anyway have those kind of games. I mean, they have been good. I mean, I will want to give credit to the whole squad. They have been keeping up the energy. We have been rotating a lot. All of the players had some minutes in one game at least, the most of them in 2 games. So overall, they have been good. I mean, when I took over the team 1.5 years ago, I said my expectation is to bring back Ghana to a top 4 team in Africa. If we do that, I'm pretty sure that we sooner or later will win. Top 4 is going to give us the qualification for the World Cup, so that's going to be huge. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to do everything we can to start with to make the top 4. And if you are top 4, let's push for the goal. It's a possibility. Of course, there are less games now. The most of the players are off season. There have been some local camps. We had our camp now, so it will not be too many new players, but there is a possibility that it will be 1 or 2 or maybe 3 new ones.
And now, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they have appointed Suriname National Mezzo as their technical director. The Porcupine Warriors confirmed his appointment in a statement on Monday. He's expected to lead a new brand technical department of Kumasi Asante Kotoko that is seeking to win the Ghana Premier League, haven't lost it in the last 3 seasons. Kumasi Asante Kotoko in this year's Ghana Premier League had a disappointing campaign with about 3 separate technical men leading the team, starting with Abdul Karim Zito before Prince Owusu, and it was ended by Hamza Oben. The Suriname former player and goalkeeper who is expected in the country will ensure that the new football direction of Kumasi Asante Kotoko is one that is in position to make them champions in the country. More some young players from Kojo who have just qualified to play in the UEFA Champions League. Their academy team is currently in Ghana for some cultural exchange programs, and we'll bring you that subsequent bulletins. But this outfit has been put together by Loom Fashion, and if you want to look as good as I am, you will have to get in touch with Loom Fashion, because we turn fabric into style from stunning custom-made outfits for ladies and gentlemen. And when we do, we bring the lady and the gentleman in you. And also to professional bulk services for boutique and school owners. We deliver quality, creativity, and perfection in every stitch. Loom Fashion, bring out the lady and the gentleman in you. We are located at Ofako Road, opposite April Filling Station, adjacent Traders Palace, New Market, Akosua. You can also call us on 024-650-1801. That is your sports. For now, head on to myjoyonline.com for some more sports stories. We appreciate your company.
The club's academy team, accompanied by members of the coaching staff, arrived in Ghana on Saturday, June 6th, following the conclusion of the 2025-26 season, which saw the senior team led by Cesc Fabregas secure qualification for the UEFA Champions League. During their stay, the delegation will undertake a range of activities, including community outreach programs, football community league competitions, the donation of footballs and uniforms, coaching, workshops, and interactions with young players. Speaking on the club's return to Ghana and the impact of last year's visit, Camila Veronelli, head of community relations and sustainability at Kojo, expressed her excitement about the reconnection with young players and communities across the country.
It's the second year for me and the first year for all the guys. So we came back here because last year was fantastic. It was an amazing experience for the guys to play with kids and to have the chance for them to teach the kids how to play football. And thank you for this welcoming, because it's so warm as always, and thank you.
For Laura Hansen, founder of Sports Create Memories NGO, the partnership represents a long-term commitment to creating opportunities for young people and strengthening football development across Africa.
Football club to make a difference in Ghana, and it's very important because we want to create a better infrastructure of grassroots football and make a difference for as many kids in Ghana as possible through sport and football. So I'm very happy for Kojo Football Club, now qualified to play Champions League, coming all the way from Italy to Ghana, actually not to find talent, but to make a proper difference from the foundation work.
Arthur Legacy CEO Oliver Arthur highlighted the significance of the initiative, describing it as an opportunity to inspire young football talents and show them that their dreams are achievable through dedication and hard work.
We are supporting Sports Create Memory to make this a memorable one for the kids. We are bringing these kids here and the team from Kojo to be able to let them know that there's possibility that every kid can have the opportunity to play football. Every kid with talent should have the same opportunity like all other kids in Europe, in Italy. So for Kojo is coming here to be an example for all the kids to know that there's that possibility. So that is why we organize this, and we hope that we'll be able to inspire these kids to understand that they can get to the level of these players coming in from Kojo.
Now, let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Put bounce for the American defence to deal with, and Asamoah has scored! A wonderful volley!
The stadium is live! The fans are roaring and the excitement has officially kicked off. It's Gold Rush season at Compute Ghana. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch, it's happening right in your home. Build your home stadium with world-class cinematic TVs, powerful sound bars, and home theaters, high-power speakers, laptops, tablets, and projectors for the ultimate streaming. Compute Ghana is delivering unbeatable deals, not just discounts, but a chance to win 100-inch 4K smart TVs, mobile phones, laptops, and many more. Just purchase items 1,000 Ghana cedis and above, and automatically enter the raffle draw. Shop online at ComputeGhana.com. Call on 0302-752020. Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience, only at Compute Ghana.
Cadbury hot chocolate, crafted from cocoa, milk, and sugar. Creamy, chocolatey, frothy goodness, rich taste, so satisfying.
Cadbury goodness, the treats you deserve every day.
Welcome to Sulas Enterprise, the shop that deals in industrial machinery such as generators, rice millers, water pumps, compressors, and mowers. From the smallest to the largest capacity, at Sulas Enterprise, we give you nothing but the best from the best brands such as Honda and Perkins. When it comes to our generators, we also sell mowers coming from brands like Honda, Briggs and Straton, and Oleoma. And when it comes to our water pumps, we offer you brands like Lily, Prudent, and Pedrolo water pumps. We also sell rice millers for all capacities. We are located at Spentex, Kakalika Plaza. Also, find our various locations as displayed on screen, or call us on the following numbers: 0243-839-463 or 0554-154-416 or 0240-541-493.
Sulas Enterprise, where quality meets affordability.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, Joy News, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Welcome back to the AM show. Now, this morning on the Joy Business Agribusiness Month series, co-host of the Super Morning Show, Kojo Akotobwating, sits down with Dr. Isaac Danso, Director of the CSIR Oil Palm Research Institute, for an insightful discussion on Ghana's oil palm industry. Now, the conversation explores the sector's growth potential, its contribution to the economy, and the persistent challenges farmers face in accessing quality seeds and planting materials. Watch as they examine the opportunities and obstacles shaping the future of Ghana's oil palm value chain.
When we talk about farming, one of the key things is who controls the food system. For example, if you are eating tomatoes this morning, who really controls the tomatoes? If that person decides to withhold the tomato seeds, do we have our own capacity to develop our seeds to plant? Ghana produces oil palm, but we import a lot of palm oil. Do we have capacity to produce a lot of oil palm seedlings and oil palm plantations led by our own scientists to ensure that we grow more and get all the oil palm we need and even export more? That is the conversation we're having this morning. Dr. Danso, good morning. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Good morning, Kojo.
How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Doing great.
How is Kede?
Oh, Kede, we are doing very well. Just that the rains of late has been troubling us, but it's all good.
But this is a season that farmers are happy. We have rains.
Yes, it's all good. It's all good.
And I know that the new expressway will be going through Kede.
Sure.
So it will be opening up Kede to the rest of the world.
Sure.
Are you excited about that?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us, what is the CSIR and what does the CSIR do for Ghana?
CSIR, we've been in existence for the past, so many years. The council itself was established in 1968.
Okay.
And it was re-established by Act 521, 1996. And we have the mandate to generate and apply innovative technologies effectively, efficiently for socioeconomic development of Ghana. And we do so by making sure that we advise the minister in charge of the sector. That's the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology. We also advise the president in science and technology issues. We coordinate all the research and development activities nationwide. So if you remember very well, in the 1990s, there was this National Agriculture Research Project that led to generation of a lot of technologies. It was coordinated by CSIR. It did not end there. The Agriculture Services Sector Investment Project, the AXIP, that one was also effectively coordinated by CSIR. Recently, we had a WAP, which was within the West African Enclave. We also had the MAG, Modernizing Ghana's Agriculture. Everything was coordinated by CSR. So we've been doing very well within the space. And we execute our activities based on 7 main thematic areas. And these are ICT and electronics, poverty reduction and food security. We also have science and people and climate change, environmental management, and also green technology. So it's quite vast. It cuts across all the sectors.
How many institutes are under the CSR, and what does each institute specifically do for us as a country?
Yeah, so we have about 13 research institutes.
Okay.
We have about 5 of them in the northern side. Then we have 7 in the southern side. In the northern side, for instance, we have Soil Research Institute. Soil Research Institute has been able to digitize the soil map. So if an investor comes into the country and he wants a specific crop to be grown in a specific area, using that map alone can inform you. And fast forward, once all the agronomic practices are in place, you'll be able to optimize your yield.
So before I plan to plant, say, cocoa, if I go to Soil Research Institute, they will show me the areas in Ghana that cocoa does well.
Yes.
And based on that, I can go and look for land in that area to plant.
Exactly.
cocoa.
So we have
all that work has been done by Soil Research Institute.
All that work has been done by CSR Soil Research Institute. Then we also have Savannah Agricultural Research Institute, all the way in Nyampala. They are doing wonderfully. All the improved seeds that dwells well in relatively dry areas, they created them, they bred them, and they are doing well in that space. As we move down south, we have the Oil Palm Research Institute.
That is your institute?
That is my institute.
Okay.
Then we also have Animal Research Institute. All the breeds of poultry, ruminants, and feed formulation, technologies, they've all been developed by that institute.
But you just mentioned Animal Research Institute, for example. I know that we import a lot of day-old chicks into the country.
Yeah.
But that is also one of the areas they can help us reduce the imports, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Animal Research. Give us the other institutions.
Yeah, we have STEPLE. That has got to do with the development of policies. Okay. So most of the policies that are developed by the ministries, these are very pivotal in that space. You have Water Research Institute when it comes to hydrology services, analysis of water. The sachet water, they are very instrumental in serving as a consultancy service. In the fishery sector, most of the tilapia that we've been seeing them growing very big, the catfish and everything, all of them have been, within the enclave of Water Research Institute.
Okay.
And we are doing a lot in that space to help Mother Ghana.
I know you have the Industrial Research Institute as well.
Yes.
What does Industrial Research do?
Industrial Research Institute is more oriented in fabrication of our machines.
Okay.
So when they go to the processing sector, like the oil palm, if we want to add value, they are well abreast with such machines for the oil palm subsector.
Oil palm is one of the biggest things for us. When we were young, we were told that Malaysia came to learn about oil palm from Ghana. Now they're leading powerhouse when it comes to oil palm in the world. We use oil palm for soap, for oil, for lubricants, for all sorts of things. It's in almost every consumer product. You have a capacity of 500,000 seedlings a year. In fact, I want you to tell us about Oil Palm Research Institute and also the fact that you have a capacity of 500,000 seedlings a year, but we still import oil palm into the country. What is wrong, and where is the gap? What's the gap that we must fill to ensure that we are very, very self-sufficient and actually not depend on other countries and imports to survive?
Let me emphatically state that when it comes to food production, there are three things that we need. We need a productive soil. We need a very good seed with a certified seed. Then we need good agronomic practices. Currently, less than 30% of our farmers are using certified seeds. And that is a serious...
Less than 30%?
Less than 30% of our farmers are using certified seeds. It means that the 70% are coming from our local market and also coming from what I will call farmers save seeds.
Okay.
Farmers have the belief that whenever they come for the certified seeds and they grow, they can select and use them to replant. But that is not the issue. Once you select and replant, it has already lost its purity. And more especially when it is a hybrid, it will never work.
But our grandparents and way back, they will just plant this year and select some and plant
it doesn't work.
And they kept feeding us.
It doesn't work that way. Agriculture is very, very scientific. So let me give you some statistics.
Okay.
If farmers use uncertified seeds to cultivate, this is what, when it comes to maize, this is what they will get. They will get about 37%. So if we are supposed to get about 100 bucks, then you end up getting just about 37. And that is woefully low. Cassava, you only get about 55%. Cowpea, you will get 25%. Then oil palm, you will get 16%. Instead of getting maybe about 100 tons, you rather get 16 tons. And that is significantly a reduced yield, simply because they are not using the right planting material. And that makes this topic for discussion very, very intriguing and very, very interesting. Now to your substantive question. Yes, of course, oil palm is seen to be the real gold. And it's a crop that has changed Malaysia. Just last year, I was in Malaysia, and what I saw, I was marveled. I asked a gentleman in town, how come your city, Kuala Lumpur, is so beautiful? He said it's all about the red gold.
Did you go to the Selangor, the Putrajana area and all those things to see what they had done?
Yes, I went very far. And Kojo, we keep on saying Malaysia, Malaysia. Now it's not Malaysia. It's Indonesia, which is leading. They get about $40 billion US from oil palm alone. How much money do we get from our prioritized crop like cocoa? We only get 3 billion, but they are getting 40 billion. Remember, Ghana was the first exporter of palm oil in 1820. We stayed there
in 1820.
You were the first country to export palm oil. We stayed there, we relaxed, and Nigeria came to take over. Nigeria relaxed again, and Malaysia came to take over.
So you mean 206 years ago, Ghana was
the first
country when it comes to
palm oil,
and we're the first.
You were the first,
and so it means that we could have built on this 206-year legacy to be a global powerhouse.
We could have,
but now we import oil palm.
We now import. We're not intentional. Nigeria took over from it. They were the world's largest producer. Malaysia took over. Then Indonesia did analysis. They said, no, we need to have very robust government policy. They came and they have now doubled even the production of Malaysia. And that is what is booming the economy now. Do we have the capacity as a country?
Do we?
We are not doing things right. We don't have the right. I mean, we have the policies, but we are not implementing them. We thank God the Tree Crop Development Authority is now in place. In 2019, that was when they passed the bill, and since then, they've been doing a lot. But Kojo, when it comes to oil palm, we are lacking behind simply because of the planting material in Ghana. Like I told you, if you don't use the certified planting material, we'll end up only getting about 16%.
And the planting materials are expensive.
The planting materials are expensive.
They are expensive.
Simply because...
How much do you sell a seedling of oil palm, for example?
You need to go through a vigorous scientific process before you get the hybrid. And so once we get a hybrid, we need to put a cost to it. Currently, we are selling it at 28 cedis.
You are selling at 28
cedis per seedling.
And how many seedlings do you need for an acre?
An acre, you need about 60. For a hectare, 60. You need 1/4.
So a hectare is 2.45 acres.
Sure.
And so you need 60 for an acre. So if a young man wants to do 10 acres of oil palm times 60 seedlings, and you would have to buy like 65, 70 because there'll be losses.
Sure.
Okay, so 10 acres times 70 seedlings times 28 cedis. That is 19,600 cedis.
That's right.
This young man, for the 10 acres, if he's going to weed, to clear, slash and burn pole, which you don't encourage as much, at say 1,000 cedis per acre, that's another 10,000 cedis. Takes us to 29,600. The planters will charge a certain amount to plant each. And then we have to get nets around them to prevent rodents from eating them. So establishing the farm alone, that 10 acre is taking the young man into the hundreds of thousands. Let's say 100,000 seeds.
Sure.
And the seed alone is almost 20%. Is there a way we can de-risk the venture for the farmers by making the seeds cheaper, since it is a state institution that is leading the seed development?
So Kojo, what we need to do now is that government has to resource the research institutions. We need to seek for donor funds from elsewhere before we be able to produce some of these.
You don't get direct state funding for the work you do?
Government only pays our compensation.
Oh, really?
He pays our compensation, and occasionally we get some support for research. Occasionally we get some goods and services for our work. That is the state that we find ourselves. So if you are a scientist, you need to write and write and write.
Now let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Through every stage of life, let's go. Some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. The silent statement of love. A forceful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA.
We are on a journey to making home ownership a reality. See where we are heading to. Our development by Nestus Homes is thoughtfully designed with eco-friendliness in mind, creating a modern and sustainable living environment. We are pleased with the progress so far, with several customers already booking their units in this growing community. A gated community located in a prime location in Tamakomti 26 offers you comfort, serenity, and access to major amenities, giving you the perfect balance of lifestyle, convenience, and investment options. This development provides not just a beautiful place to live, but also a valuable long-term investment opportunity. Take a look at our completed homes as we continue to bring this vision to life. We are gradually taking shape, and you still have the opportunity to be part of this elegant gated community. Reserve your unit today and secure a lifetime of comfort, value, and investment growth. Call and book a free viewing now with the numbers below.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber? For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala. Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, Joy News, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Hello there. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is the AM show, the Tuesday special. And yeah, I haven't introduced my guests, but as you can hear, they're introducing themselves in the background. We'll get to them shortly. But they have to place on the wall or by the wall to bring us what's happening in front of the newspapers. Kojo, how do you do?
You have to look at me when you're asking me how do you do. Anyway, look at me, you know. Don't allow me to tell people about...
Have you had a haircut?
Oh, of course, yes.
Yesterday?
No, Sunday after enjoying myself with your whatever. Then I see. Next time, don't push me to say things. Okay, let me go to news guy. But maybe I have to tell people how good you are in cooking. Yeah, it's not bad when people know that. Despite looking beautiful, being intellectually, you know, how do I say, intellectually good, you are very good at cooking as well. Thank you for being a well-trained woman. I thank your mother and your father for doing a good job. Yeah. Yeah. You have to investigate it. No. She's a very good marriage material. Those out there, please.
Billion yards.
Okay.
News Guide
Let's start
Africa.
with News Guide Africa. Now, flood crisis. West Africa Nobles Forum demands state of emergency as Ghana faces looming disaster. Will we do this? Well, we'll leave it to the government to decide. But they feel that where we are, if you look at the past few days, the rains that have come and the resultant flooding we've seen, they feel that there's disaster, you know, in looming, and so we have to declare a state of emergency. But I think there's something that we need to do with the whole drainage system of Greater Accra. But we'll leave it to the expert to discuss. Now, Revolutionary Cocoa Board Operations Deputy CEO outlines domestic financing framework for crop purchases. And Ghana nears 50% clean cooking threshold as MPA launches nationwide safety blitz. That's also there, and several other stories on the News Guide Africa. The Overseer newspaper, responsible mining key to protecting water bodies and forests. Kofi Amaboa. But then, so I keep asking, this responsible mining stuff, what actually are we looking at? Because all the time, last time I was at Ankobra and Emefa, if you see how Galamsey has devastated the sea, not the river, the sea in Ankobra, it's terrible, yes. You know, the river feeds into the sea. So when the river is polluted, it will take that pollution into the sea. And you see, when you take a drone shot of Ankobra Township, and you look at how far the devastation is seen in the sea, it's terrible. It's a terrible
Why did I think that science does not allow the river? I know that where the river and the sea will meet to be an estuary, and that it's as if there's that pressure, but they never ever are able to exchange whatever it is. But it's managed to get...
It has, yes.
That's interesting.
I think I'll bring you the video. Unfortunately, I didn't prepare to show. I'll show it one day to you.
That's interesting.
You see, if the sea, this is the seashore, this is a community, so the seashore is here. I'm sure from what we saw from the drone, it will take you like between 300 and 500 meters into the sea. Yes.
That's interesting.
And you can see the discoloration of the sea. The sea is blue, right? The sea has color.
Yeah.
But it has turned clay.
Wow.
I mean, when I saw it, I was like, wow. So, look, responsible mining, we have to go there. People have to see the impact they are causing. And so if you're eating fish from the sea and you think you're safe, possibly you're not that safe, you know. So Galamsey is now going, and those who are into it need to now know that when they impact the environment, it doesn't just affect their small spaces where they are. It goes further, because from what I saw on the Ankobra River, it's gone beyond government alone. We all have to come on board and help fight this, because, Charlie, it's just too much. Now, GRA assures businesses of simpler tax compliance on ETAs. So that's also there. Mahama says Ghana to deepen agricultural cooperation with Belarus. You know, the president is in Belarus on a tour. MPA commemorates World LPG Day 2026, commits to expand access and improve safety. That's also a story there. Now, Finance Minister Governor present powerful unified case for Ghana to global financiers and investors. Okay. And Victory Bible Church International celebrate 41 years of impact. Okay. Now, on the National Enquirer, KGL paid 173 million cedis to NLA in 2025. 29 licensed competitors paid 44.9 million as well. That story is also there. It means that KGL is doing some work by paying some good money to the state. Land Minister reaffirms commitment to responsible mining. Achim Kotoku cooperative scheme launched. Okay. 2026 National Prayer and Thanksgiving Committee briefs Chief of Staff. That's also a story on in the Enquirer newspaper today. Government targets 30 million trees under 2026 reforestation drive. Emefa, I think you and I would get into this tree planting thing.
Yeah.
You know, and really find out the trees that we've been planting, what is happening to them.
30 million trees is a lot too.
Yeah, very.
That's a lot.
Very.
Because last year they said that they indeed exceeded the target of 30 million to 31 million.
So where are they?
In the same country.
Yeah. But so maybe we need to go and find where these trees are. I know those that were planted in the median of the new highway from Nkrofo Junction to Apollo in Takrady. So when you get there now, you can see them growing beautifully, some of them.
We can also invite the public to tell us.
To tell us.
There are
Exactly.
one
Exactly,
as well,
yeah.
that you can go to the assembly,
you can see.
grab a seed and a plant. So.
Okay, all right. I think that's it there. Those are the stories. Okay, there's a woman here. Free press benefit every Ghanaian, not just journalists. Okay, now Yelitha is saying that. Daily Guide, Abronya DC surrenders passport, denied bail variation. You know, Abronya DC is schooling in the UK, so his lawyers applied that at least they could vary the bail so that he keeps his passport to be able to travel, but the court denied that one. So he's not deposited the passport. Mahama bars ministers, CEOs from private awards as the story of the week. They say when people were suffering from floods, some ministers were receiving, awards. And yesterday on PM Express, it was really a hot one between Professor Kwesa White and Prince Mackay, the organizer.
The secretary.
And Professor Kwesa White wanted to even play recordings to, back his defense of what he's put out there. Well, suspended CAF CEO is also now begging striking doctors and nurses to resume work over his suspension. Military officer caged over murder. And this story, Emefa, a young military guy, 29-year-old, according to the story, and was in an altercation with a civilian engineer and pulled a rifle, they call it M16, at close range, shot the guy. They say the gun went through the guy and went out.
Hey.
The bullet pierced through him and got out of the body. The guy died. He's been remanded. That's a military officer. Yesterday, I saw a video of a former colleague of ours who took a shot of an immigration officer, according to the story she told, who in the traffic had put a gun on someone. The guy was using a hazard, and I think maybe someone didn't want to allow him free passage. And he just put a gun on the guy. So the lady was terrified. She captured the last moment of it and posted it. So really, you ask, those in charge of, those who are holding guns, how are they mentally, emotionally matured to know when and when not to pull the gun? That's a story. Emefa, on that note, I hand it over to you. Let's do Major Online. I'm here. What is news review? What are Major Online? On the top story, judge here before the floods. Awards organizers respond to Linda Oklu backlash. Okay, so now the award organizers are saying that we cannot judge her because of the flood, but we have to judge her before the floods.
Because just to be fair, when you're planning an event, you pick a date ahead of time.
Yeah.
You'd have done what you have to do ahead of time and decide that you do the ceremony in June.
Yeah.
So of course, like what they do for the Telecel Music Awards, it's the year under review, not the month that they're doing the awards, to be fair.
Yeah, yes.
To be fair.
But even if you're asking us to judge the woman of her performance before, what is the result of a good performance?
Yeah.
So if she did exceedingly well, as you want us to believe, mustn't we be seeing that in the situation when the rain falls, or where maybe that's the sort of difference that they've been putting up. When you go to Major Online, you can get details of this. Osu building demolished after structural failure raises safety concerns. And this building, we are told there are 16 more that they will be demolishing in the capital. See the areas that will be affected by ECG's planned maintenance on Tuesday, June 9th.
Please go back, check whether
so you have to go there and check.
Because it hasn't been good over the weekend at all.
Oh, really?
On Saturday, the line went, I counted, it went off 5 times on Saturday.
Okay.
It keeps doing like that.
Oh.
Like it dances calypso.
So that is a pressure for you. Oh. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I will check him out.
Sorry. Okay. Ma check it out. Linda Okulu says Best Regional Minister Award reflects her performance. Okay. It depends on what is happening. Well, let's leave it there. A lot more on my job.
Where will you leave it? Kojo? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Let's get into the matters arising. It will be just right if we start with that one. Last week, we had an outstanding about tour, and I know that you're looking out for that. We shall discuss that when we get to the positive strides made by Sentio. Yesterday, you know that they're ready to take delivery of some barrels for a refinery. And so you stay with me. When we get there, we'll talk about all of that. But in the meantime, let's talk about the awards, because the president has directed that all ministers of state, chief executive officers of state institutions, other political appointees to refrain from participating in sponsoring, endorsing, attending, or accepting awards from private award schemes and related events unless expressly authorized by the office of the president. So that's the president's directive. But surely you know that since that award, there's been a lot of matters arising. Now, the Secretariat of the Ghana Ministers of State Excellence Honors has disclaimed claims that recognition under the scheme is influenced by financial contributions, sponsorship, or any form of payment, insisting that the selection is strictly based on merit and service to national development. Why are they explaining? This is because the boss of SIGA has been clarifying and said that, well, he was actually listed to have probably taken delivery of an award that day, but it seemed to have come with some terms and conditions, if not directly, indirectly. And so the Secretariat has been doing some clarification. But this morning, I'm joined by Dr. Benatutu Boahene. He's a lecturer in political marketing at the University of Education, Winneba. Kojo Poku is Executive Director, INSTEB, and member of the NPP Communications team. Akufo-Addo is Director of Field Operations for the United Party. And Honorable Mohammed Baktalia, MP, Sisala East, and board member for TOR. All right, so let's start. We have a lot to discuss this morning. We'll talk about the awards. We'll talk about what's happening at Confanoche. We would also talk about Sentio and what they're doing in the oil sector as well. What does that mean for all of us? And other matters arising. Yesterday, I was looking forward to this group particularly because I wanted to discuss the ID for porn websites with you guys. Oh, okay. I wanted to, but I didn't table it for discussion today. So once we finish the conversation, if we have time, I'll take your comment on it. But if you don't have time, the ID, possible ID for you to have access to porn websites.
I support it 100%.
Okay, so okay. I wanted to, for 4 of you, I was very interested. So we'll go with that a bit later when we have. Well, you go and mull over it next week. We'll talk because I want to hear.
I hope today Kingsley will not sack us.
Kingsley, you know, he hasn't sold the airtime yet. The airtime is for you today. Okay. So we'll talk about it. Let's talk about the awards. Let me start with Doc, because last week I shortchanged your time, and I recall, and I promised that you were going to get the time this morning. So let me start with you, Doc. Good morning. And
Doc is always the darling man
here. He is.
Good morning to us all, and good morning to our viewers. You see, I have been questioning this kind of awards, and especially in terms of what this particular award was meant to achieve. And my next line of questioning has to do with whether it was necessary. You know, if I ask that question as to whether it was necessary, I wanted to find out if, with or without it, it would sort of add any value or probably help us to understand the kind of work that the ministers who were built to receive these awards or who had received these awards, as to whether it was going to, help us to know the kind of work that they are doing within their respective ministries. Yes, you see, under normal circumstances, if that institution, was credible, then of course it would have probably indicated that, yes, the award would have helped in one form or the other. But listening to or reading from, the statement that the Office of the President issued, I am tempted to believe that President probably doesn't regard that institution as a credible one. Secondly, probably he feels that coming from that background where a member of his government has also raised concern with regards to, money paying, then it doesn't stand out that the institution itself is credible and the award is anything that anybody can rely on. And so in reading that letter, one of the paragraphs was indicating that, governance has its own way of measuring the outputs of the ministers, and that the Office of the President or the President who has appointed his ministers to a large extent knows what he is expecting from these ministers. And I believe strongly that, you see, when you receive an award, probably it is in recognition of your hard work, your rate of acceptability by the public, and all that. We don't know the criteria that this particular institution used. And I am tempted to believe that if they want to let us all believe that the award was credible, then they should have probably put out the measurement that they used for us to understand that, okay, when we check Professor White, these are the things that he has done. If we check Linda Ukulu, these are the things or the measurement that we rated her on, and for which she deserved to be, But these measurements are not there. But even if there are, is it the same thing as the presidency, is using? If the president who elected somebody into a position has a criteria which is different from an awarding institution, then obviously there may be some gate crash here and there. So I don't think that it fits into the purposes of probably the state. My last issue on that point is that I feel that some of these things are becoming too many. And I don't know why individuals or persons may be so much interested, not just in awards, but also in titles. in recent times, we have seen people, some crop of politicians, rushing for honorary degrees, some of which has come under the scrutiny of GTech. We have seen people in this country who would use 6 months to obtain certificates and end up calling themselves experts within a certain field. All right. And these are things that is becoming so much. It is as if that if you don't get a certain, certificate, if you don't receive certain recognition, certain awards, then probably you are not fit for governance. I don't believe in that. You see, we've gotten to a point where it is not about the certificate that you hold, but what you can really do to affect Ghana's development and its economy. And so, if you believe in certificate, if you believe in awards, and we are not seeing the kind of job that you are doing, then what is the essence of it in the first place? There wouldn't be any benefit if I seated here. I mean, I'll talk so much, I'll decorate myself, with all titles. I go to the classroom, and my students don't really understand even the topics that I teach. All right. Then why am I a lecturer? So if you're a minister and you are not performing, and probably you think that getting awards, getting certificates and all that is what is going to make people believe in you and all that, or probably get the government, the attention of the government or the president. I think that is so wrong. Emefa, I honestly, looking at the contents of the statement that the president put out, I think that it is quite good, but I also feel that the president could have waited and shouldn't have brought this letter out.
Why?
The reason is that, you see, I don't want to sound too political, but this is it. You see, between an award and probably an individual who went on a public outburst and did not receive any caution, right? We didn't see it, any caution. I'm talking about that doctor at Gimpa.
The doctor at Gimpa?
Yes. The one who insulted the Pentecost chairman.
Oh, she's a government appointee?
Yes.
Which one? What, did she insult?
She did.
The one who commented about the Galamsey?
No. It wasn't the Galamsey.
All right, then.
She said that the president of...
Correction, she did not.
She did not do what?
Are we talking about the same
was the
person?
statement an insult?
Are we talking, Doc, please remind us.
Is it not Dr. Mary Awuzie?
Yes.
What was the statement an insult?
It was obviously an insult.
No.
But I think
you can say it was...
No, you don't need to say... You don't need
that somebody cried to apologize.
You don't need...
It was not an insult.
You don't need to say that someone...
It's why she had Gimpa. I thought she was CEO of
No.
Somebody
The fact that somebody cried to apologize. Don't go on that. You go.
Because of the public advert.
That's why...
Somebody cried to apologize.
It's a nice
I say it's not an insult.
I know she's a nice person.
Are you talking about the free zones? Is she at Gimpa? Why did you address her as somebody from Gimpa? Did she lecture there? Does she go to school?
No, she's an administrator. She was an administrator.
Okay. She's currently the CEO of free zones.
Free zones, yeah.
So
Nice woman.
My argument is that you don't need to tell somebody you are foolish for us to know you are disrespecting or insulting the person. All right. So that is where I'm coming from. Okay. So she put out a statement there, which to me, in the culture of Ghanaians, it is utterly unacceptable.
It's derogatory.
Okay. So that person did not even receive a caution. Why would somebody who has gone to receive an award receive a caution?
Nobody received a caution there.
Well, the letter is a caution. the content of the letter is questionable.
Okay, Doug,
So that's what I'm saying, that I felt that in the first place, probably this letter shouldn't have come out. And if President feels that 5 people within my government have gone that far, call them to the office, speak to them and let them know that you can't do this again.
Okay.
All right.
Doug, let me take the others.
I just want to
take the others.
Yeah. So an indoor caution would have been better on my part or from my judgment.
Okay.
And I also believe that if the president feels that these things are becoming too many, as stated in the statement, right, then of course, based on the code of conduct, at least some examples should be set, all right? Because obviously, when you check the code of conduct that President put out there, and some of these misbehaviors, obviously what it means is that somebody should be used.
Doug, the time actually goes very fast too. I've just been looking at the time. You're almost 15 minutes on the point.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Really?
The time really runs fast when you're on TV.
Okay, so last week and this week, I think 15
You have made up for last week. So now we're fair and square. Okay. Okay. Kojo, let me come to you, because when I saw that statement from the presidency, it didn't suggest to me that it was addressing the 5 persons. I think he's looking to address subsequent ones that may happen. So he decided to put a flat-out ban on it. It didn't look like it was targeted to the 5 people. But generally, human beings are human beings. People like to be recognized, appreciated, and all of that. Do you have any concern about these awards?
Yeah, I think the president's letter should have come before. I'm sure the presidency knew about this award. It was widely publicized, widely advertised. But before I even go ahead, I have not greeted my big brother. Let me greet Dr. Baumia this morning, the flag bearer of the NPP.
Okay.
Bro, good morning, and I wish you well. Look,
we are here with your greeting.
One of these days when you greet him, I'd like him to respond for us to hear, because you only greet him only. I don't hear him respond to us. This is my platform. I don't send the invoice.
Greetings, I will ask him. I'll get him to do a video and send to you that he appreciates you allowing me to greet him.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you. No problem. You see, the issue is that this was a widely publicized event, and I think that the presidency was aware of that event. And if they had the reservations as outlined in the letter, then they should have stopped the event. People keep saying that, it's the 13th event and it's happened in the past and da. You see, I don't think that when we keep repeating wrongs, it's right. That event is an unnecessary event with so many award events that goes on in this country. Emefa, in 2013, we had a company that keep winning #1 Club 100 awards, winning best company ahead of companies like Casapreco and all these companies. Today, where is that company? Right? Companies that at any juncture, any point in time is hailed as #1 Club 100, the best company. When doing the banking awards, there are banks that every year was winning awards, only for us to be told by Bank of Ghana that they were not good for purpose. Where are those banks today? So for me, look, I Kojo don't attend any of these awards. Letters that come through my emails and all those things, I ignore them. Because look, my friend from SIGA, he's onto something. But maybe people don't want to come out and say it.
What do you think he's onto?
That bit where, depending on your involvement and company sponsorship and all that, is what leads you into some of these things. I don't have the full facts, so I can't be categorical about it, but he seems to have some facts, and that is what I'm told that yesterday doing PM Express, he wanted to put some of these things out there. It's needless, because history and the events that has preceded after those awards has told us that people who are giving these awards or companies that are giving these awards are not fit for the awards that they claim we've given them. Companies have collapsed years after we've been told they are the Club 100 companies, with the top company in Ghana. Banks have been collapsed after they've won every awards in the thing. So for me, let's judge your actions by the results. People are talking about the regional minister. one of the primary roles of the regional minister is to supervise the MMDCs in his region or in her region. Do we think the MMDCs in Accra are doing so well? Most of the flooding problems we have is the inaction of MMDCs. Desilting is one. What are MMDC doing in their localities? What desilting have they done before the rains? And we were warned by the meteo that this year is going to be a heavy downpour.
Yeah.
What desilting has been done by the MMDCs? Zero. If you look at all these new roads, we live in a country, Emefa, and it's so sad. We live in a country where we said we should have closed gutters. We should no longer do open gutters. We started doing closed gutters. After the construction is done and those gutters are closed, nobody has opened those gutters again. And why do we think when you are having a dual carriage road, one side of the road is filled with water and people can go? Why do you think is that? The gutters are clogged. Is it me, Kojo, to do it? It's the MMDC. And somebody who supervised under. We've seen the what is going on in Accra, and that person gets an award for what? And we are saying that the award is for preceding year. Yes, preceding year before the floods, no work was done. So when we are having these floods, it's a result of the inaction for the preceding year. So please, it was wrong then, it's wrong now. I have never supported and never endorsed any of these awards that people do. Even you are in the industry, you know what goes on in even the industry that you are in, the awards that goes on. The GMAs, how many afterwards have we heard all the stories? Ghana Movie Awards, Ghana Musical Awards. We've always heard the stories, whether true or not. You understand what I'm saying? So there is an integrity problem, right? Especially when it now comes to government appointees, where we know what the benchmarks are for these government appointees. I see my brother Atto, who is forcing. His own Agric minister is not happy with him, and he's gotten an award. If you think it was the Agric, we are to judge his performance by monies to be spent. We are told that there is huge amount of monies unspent, monies he can't find to give to his own MMDCs, as per the report Joy put out yesterday, right? He is under borrowing because he can't borrow. Nobody will lend him money. He is underachieving in terms of revenue. He came and reduced all the taxes. Now he can't raise revenue. He is 2.4 billion shy of his revenue. He cannot raise 24 billion in borrowing because he's come and forced interest rates to 5%, and nobody is lending to him. He's gotten Bank of Ghana to borrow at 12% and lend it to him at 5%, causing BOG to make losses, and this person gets an award. So please, you know what? Let's leave like the president letter said, we the Ghanaians are to judge who gets an award in terms of thumbs up. If a minister is doing well, Ghanaians will say this minister is doing well. We don't need an award to tell us which CEO. I see my brother Professor Jampo gets an award. At the Shippers Authority, since he went there, what has he done? Let's see the criteria of the judging of Professor Jampo getting an award as the best CEO. So we know what were the criteria using to judge. My brother rocks in the Damia Fakpo Distinguished Parliamentary Service Award. Come on, let's be honest. He is doing well in Parliament, but is he the only one doing well in Parliament? What was the criteria?
That's my leader.
Yes, he's your leader, but he's my friend. He's my friend and my very good friend. But I'm just saying that, look, I'm just going through step by step. I see my brother Kofi Boah. Are we honestly saying that Honorable Kofi Boah has really, in the last 1 year, stopped Galamsey, stopped all the bits and pieces? What are the criteria for these awards? I don't see my brother John Jenapo on there. Because people will say that lights are going off, but has Galamsey stopped? You understand? So everybody, you can go line by line, and everybody will have a problem in our own instance why that person should or should not get an award to the person.
Yeah.
So look, let's tread carefully. I think this whole charade of awards to just let people have plaques on their mantles and their cupboards should stop. Okay. Let's ask the Ghanaians judge the people in terms of how well we think they are doing.
Okay.
Performance.
Director, I mean, what is a public service person, or what is a public servant needing an award for? Yeah. Think about it. Essentially, you should be awarded for the job that you're supposed to do well. Well, why do we have to award? And I asked this because some time ago, the Speaker of Parliament sought to suggest that there should be some sort of award for members of Parliament who perform a certain type of way, which means that it looks like human beings have the desire really to be awarded. But for this kind of awards, what's their business?
First and foremost, award is not a bad thing. If you are doing it for private people, nobody will have an issue with it. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the public service, those in public, we are paying you with our taxes and all those kind of things. And you know, all this, where is it coming from? It's coming because people suspect that awardees were taxed to pay some amount to receive the award. That's why all these things are coming out. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Because I did not hear people condemning the previous administration getting awards. I did not hear that. We were here when they say Akufo-Addo was the best finance minister in Africa. Are you getting it? Meanwhile, he borrowed more than any minister in Africa. Are you getting it? We did not hear any condemnation. So, award in its sense is good to promote people. I mean, to embolden people to do better than they are doing. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Let's take it, GJ. Before you get the overall journalist of the year, they look at specifics. Stories that you've been doing that touch soul and body. Are you getting it? So they look at that. People who go to remote areas bring out things that needs attention. Are you getting it? That one is there. Public servant. I mean, ministers and CEOs. I don't see the need for this kind of awards. If I'm to organize awards for such people, like I'll do it 4 years, 4 years. We measure you for your 4 years, what you've been able to achieve.
Who would be the we? Is it that a private individual or the whole country?
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. I mean, the group that is doing that, if actually they want to do something to impact, that's how like they should look at it. Maybe 4 years, you started your work, by the close of it, let us see how all of you did your work. Now, the criteria. Can we allow that, let's say, we are going to negotiate with Joy News, then we pay and then get some airtime, we let the public start voting. I mean, mention a minister or a CEO you think that person has done well, bring your reasons. You know, there should be that kind of thing. But every year, awarding CEOs and ministers and other things, I think is not the best at all. You know, MP for Ketunat,
Edem
Agbana, raised this issue before that was. He doesn't understand why government officials will be struggling for award. So he drew the attention of presidency. I think they did not act because the financial, should I put it, extortion or something like that? Are you getting it? Because if I come to Kojo Pogu, I say, give me
I'm organizing an award. I need sponsors.
Yes. So give me 10,000.
Give me money.
Give me 10,000 to support me. I'll give you award.
Yeah.
Not that you. No. They tell them.
I doubt that.
I am saying that they tell them.
That'll be low. That will be very low.
I am telling you, they tell them.
Here's what I envisage.
You say?
Here's what I am envisaging. That they come to you, whether you're an individual or an institution, that I have this event coming up and I need sponsorship. When a person sponsors, they then elect themselves to say that because this person has supported, let's recognize them.
You are sponsoring on what?
They are.
You are a minister, and then I come to you, private person, that I'm doing an award, sponsor me. Then you dip your hand and then give it to me for what? Are you getting it? So they negotiate. They will tell you that we've earmarked you for this position. we are going to do it so and so and so. We need your support. So if you can support us, then they pay. They are aware. Are you getting it? In this sense, it's not bad that, oh, we know this one is the overall best minister, this, that. It's not bad at all. But, I mean, the criteria is very bad. We need to condemn it for taking money from them before awarding them that one. We should not.
Okay.
Emefa, I was there one day, I had a mail.
Is it not an issue of corruption?
Pardon me?
The asking of money, is it not related to corruption?
Well, depending on how
you are taking the money from. Maybe you have a farm.
Quick pro quo.
Maybe you have farm somewhere, and that's where the resources come from.
It's a quick pro quo.
Ah, well then.
No, you cannot establish.
No, if you can establish,
you cannot establish that maybe the money is coming from government coffers. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Once it's not coming from government coffers, you cannot say
if
that.
You can, if you can link it,
if you can
I am
link
saying
it,
that
it's not good.
Asking, Director, that's why I was asking whether it amounts to bribing. Okay, because if listening to you, what it means is that I have shortlisted Emefa for an award.
Yeah.
Then I come to you, okay, you are part of the award, so promote it or sponsor it. Where from that?
I mean,
so
look,
that's what they say.
Which head do you attend?
Your ability to pay.
Which head do you attend?
I am an apostolic Ghana.
When you are doing the elections to elect your chairman or whatever,
apostle,
have you been following?
Not recently.
Sure. This type of thing everywhere.
Sir?
I'm telling you. Everywhere.
Okay. No, but Director, we can also just say that.
I want to.
Yeah.
So you see, so it's not good. I received a mail that they are ready to honor me with a doctorate, and I say, so what is the criteria? Oh, it's this, that, and you are to pay so and so for the organization, this and that and that. And I told them that I'm not ready. They said, they started sending me pictures of MPs, others that they've honored. I said, my brother, I am not ready. I cannot.
I'm not ready. Does not mean I'm not interested.
No. I mean.
When you are ready.
How can I? No. The thing is that. I come and sit here and say, Dr. Hobson. Dr. Hobson, where did you attend the school? Are you getting it?
It's something you're not.
Who can question Dr. Tutu?
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
But let me call myself doctor right now. G-Tech will come here. Submit your this and let's check whether it's true or not.
Okay.
So these are some of the things. You know, if I were to agree, I was supposed to pay some amount.
How much was it?
Pardon me?
How much?
Thousands of dollars. So.
No, yeah. So, in fact, I cannot get. It's about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I've forgotten the amount.
Of dollars.
But the bottom line was that I was supposed to pay for the organization of the program. Are you getting it? And I told them, I'm not ready for that. So that was the end of it. I am saying that what President has done is the right thing. To caution them, nobody should go into that. Whatever award is there, even Emefa,
yes.
It can be that maybe after your tenure in office, you are no more a minister or a CEO. I mean, still we can still award you as a private person in your office, at your public office. This is what
you did. Okay.
So we are honoring you for that. You understand? Are you getting it?
Okay.
But we should not also brush it out entirely that public office holders cannot be awarded. That award should be a plan award from the government or the public service. Like Doctor was saying, Parliament, Abangbabi was saying that we need to award. Look at Ghana Police Service. There is some kind of award scheme instituted by the current IGP that if you are able to uncover bribery, whatever, are you getting it? You get a promotion. It's a form of award. Are you getting it? But it should not be in the form that you need to pay money before we award you. That one, we should just say no to it.
Okay.
Just no to it.
Okay. Honorable, Have you been approached for an award before?
Honorable will not pay. This man will not pay.
No, not at all.
They've not.
Best performing MP in the Northern Region.
And he's also, because
I'm only a learner. I'm learning.
He's a member of the board for Tor, and Tor is doing well. So don't
best performing.
No, I'm learning from.
They are doing the turnaround.
best performing MP in Sisala.
But this man do not approach him.
Adeti.
You know you know pay.
He doesn't condone the thing. But let me hear your take on this, especially because it falls within your category. Well, they didn't honor any of the MPs. But
no, they did.
Forgive me. I thought they were being mentioned in their ministerial positions.
Yes.
The fact was awarded based on his role in Parliament.
No, even sometimes I saw a first timers award. We went to
Roxon got for the distinguished. Distinguished Parliamentary Service Award. Yes, but he's doing the service as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw somewhere to A+ was.
The first time.
First time I watched. So those things, it depends on who.
Okay.
So, well, Emefa, let me say a very good morning to you and my good brothers here, clearly, and also to the people of Sisala East. Emefa, before that, I think Doc started very well. He veered off in an area that I think that has already been nipped in the bud. And humans are mere mortals, liable to mistakes, both for formation and commission. And so once somebody says something and later comes to realize that what I've said is being in a way interpreted to mean something and I apologize, we leave it there and move on. And I think Dr. Mary Awusis did that exactly. So we should move on. But, and also, Emefa, when we talk about awards, clearly it is nothing but what? A recognition of what? Of a meritorious excellence based on your contribution. Mm-hmm. That ideally shouldn't have been a problem. But what we have here is because there's some noise beginning to troop in the government architecture. That is why I prompted the president to say, no, don't be distracted by this. And I think that I should make this point clear too, that this is a privately organized award scheme, not by government. And they choose to focus on political appointees. But as to whether that is good, is bad, it is how we look at it. And we have all on this table have said that we can only be judged by what the resource. But I am tempted to say that the issue came to light so strongly because Professor Michael Kwasa-White showed some resentment based on his own suspicion, the way he's been contacted as somebody to be as an outstanding CEO or something. But coupled with that, there was a letter that followed requesting for some funding. It started from 50,000 to 25,000, all that, and he felt that there was something suspicious about it. Yesterday, I listened to him and the secretary of the organizers with a strong banter. I understand that. I felt that, well, who is right, we are yet to know. But the issue here is that issues about awarding, I don't necessarily see it to be bad. But I would have wished that if private individuals want to focus, there are other people who are doing things at the remotest places, at less endowed institutions. You can pick it from the teachers. Maybe we'll have a teacher whole scheme that is happening. We can have the police scheme. But if even private individuals go to sources money from other sources and begin to look at people's contributions who are not politically affiliated, who are not political appointees, who will power and control big resources, identify the ordinary person down.
We have that.
No, we have a scheme.
We have that. Yeah. Join Youth Impact Makers Award.
So when that is done, I don't think it will create this noise. There are several other people. Maybe there might be a sanitation officer who is even doing much more regarding our challenge in Accra here.
Yeah.
How are we recognizing that? So I think that that's the kind of system, because we know, we have all said this statement that a nation that does not recognize the heroes and heroines is not worth dying for. Is that not? So it means that when you do, you must be recognized. But the recognition, is it that because you are recognizing somebody today because there's power? Is what you are doing just because you want to gain favor?
I believe.
Or you are actually trying to make sure that anybody who does something, no matter how hidden that thing is, the person can be recognized. I work with an NGO. We have a platform where we get on the map. Sometimes it's a global thing, but they try to look at the remotest person who is doing one thing, no matter how trivial it is, to bring. There was an issue where a lady was, she's now late, she was a midwife, where women were not interested in going to the hospital because they have the belief that when they go there and they give birth, they don't get the hot water to bath. So she improvised that, took care of that, and everybody who wanted, every woman in labor who wanted to give, went to her facility. She was recognized to the extent that it was taken to a global platform. Those are the little things that bring about the bigger change that we are looking for. It's not those who are already there. No.
Yeah.
Maybe there might be a sanitation officer who has been working at the Metropolitan Assembly for about 30 years, who has done a lot, but yet not been seen.
Yes.
Can we begin to look at this? That's the kind of society we want. It's not those who are there, you just go, no. So for me, when I said it, I told President, you did once again very well by stopping the noise. There's some unnecessary noise that was trying to creep into the system. Stop it. People focus. We have KPIs for you. We have appointed you. We make sure that whatever we want to do regarding how you perform will be told. So focus on that. And I think that this thing, we shouldn't drag it. But if we really want to recognize people, there are people who are working. I believe Dr. Tudu, sitting here, has done a lot, but for the fact that he always comes on television for people to know him, he has done a lot that people are not recognizing. Can we begin to go deep and do that as private individuals to make sure that we run a system that everybody who does something is recognized somewhere?
If not for the complaints and the comments that came, and the scheme was not questionable, the people here, who do you think deserves any of the awards they've given them?
For now, everybody deserves. for now, everybody deserves.
You see the lady in question, Linda Okru, the Greater Accra Regional Minister.
Yes.
Let's take the flood issue out. She has done well.
What has she done?
When you were in power.
No, what has she?
We're
talking about. Why are you? I'm asking a simple question. What has she done? You're saying when I'm in power. I was never in power. What has she done? When Kojo Poku, I was never in power. I was not in power. I was not in Jubilee.
The whole stress.
I was never in power. I was never in Jubilee.
That were in darkness, total darkness. Today, the woman has restored light in the streets.
Okay. So before we started this program, Mr. Kojo Poku brought ground rules. That if you are disagree with something,
he was the first to flout it.
He's the first.
I've not flouted. I just asked the question. No, I asked the question. No, but I asked. But it's not his turn. He's not speaking for me to interject. I just asked the question that he has done well.
And I was answering the question.
Hang on.
I was answering the question.
I must declare.
I
must declare, Director. The question is one of. I must declare that the original minister is my late uncle's wife. Baby.
That's right.
I'm just declaring it now for anybody watching me not to think that I'm just declaring it. But please proceed.
No, like I said, I think that there will be an appropriate time for us to measure their contributions to the nation.
Okay.
So
but Emefa, in all those people there, I mean, you can feel something that they are doing. The firm in Parliament, we all know, except you don't follow. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Atufo, can you say that it did not do well?
We'll go into the numbers.
Ama Kofi Boa is not a Galamsey minister. He's Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Okay. On the other side, he has done well. Are you getting it?
Minimizing the effect.
That's what right.
Talking about.
You see,
the deputy minister.
The deputy minister, Dorcas.
Transport.
You know, Dorcas is mine.
100 vehicles.
But were they awarded by that same institute, the same institution?
Yes.
The same institution gave all of them.
Yes, please.
All of them.
But
look at the DPLA guy.
The controversy has to do with the expose by Professor Pesa White. And that is where I feel that, you see, when it has to do with money and all that, where one individual had come out to say that I was contacted to pay money. Can we also generalize it and say that all those people who were awarded were also contacted?
Well, yesterday on PM Express, Linda Okru was quite clear. She said that she paid nothing, not a peswa, for her to be awarded. But anyway, we have talked about the challenges. And
so that's why I was. That's why I was saying that probably for the credibility of that particular institution, the awarding institution, all right, this claim of money, should be investigated.
Okay, well, they have also spoken, so, but who should investigate it?
OSP.
And also,
OSP.
OSP. Let's give it to the BNI.
Yes.
OSP was
I want to have honorable conclusion on this. We'll go to other matters.
The president's statement, as per paragraph 7, indicated that there will be clear-cut criteria to assess ministers and appointees. And whatever that will be done, whether they will review for you to stay or move away, we all will see.
Yes. We all will see.
So if this is something to be, because there's news all over there that there's going to be a reshuffle, and no, definitely there should be reshuffle one day.
But this one, the truth is that it cannot be allowed to slide just like that too, because of the personalities involved in their images.
Even here, but no, there's only so much the government can do about this matter. It's a private person.
Yes, it is.
So he's telling his appointees not to.
These are even real awards that were given, but we are looking at the impact, whether they merit it. Is that not it?
Yeah.
In this country, people go to UN awards. That were fake.
Yeah,
in this country.
Why
you are making it look at it? In this country, UN awards.
Okay.
People were the top people that we thought should have known better.
Buying brass from a Belmont to share.
So let's go to Kumasi. So yesterday, as of yesterday, still that impasse between the Ministry of Health and Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital is still ongoing. The latest would be that the suspended CEO of the facility, doctor, he has actually been calling his colleagues to resume work and not continue with the strike. He whom they are standing in solidarity with says that they should resume work. This has developed into a lot of things, but here, let me show you the real impact when we went on ground yesterday. Take a look.
Brasi kakra mami. Oh, issue kakra. Ya na de kakra woni yam. Ana ya de baji be yan hwehwemu binti. Yenke be hu gynecologist na ya further information be we can about her twice. Ya buy the last time ya buy kire say doctor no be hwe no abuku awie nti ate se ban ene nso e beduru ye no say jamna omo strike binti ate se next week nti eno an ye nyina omo egu nyina eno anti na egu ha sei nti u kofi ana o say kofi na no mo ka chewo minim se omo ye announcement bi omo say ye te se doctors na sa back to work na ya ba yente ya yentire fie to say beti so omo astart adwuma ansana ya ba fie mommy minim se una ohaw no una oyare se na ma wo feel se wa ba strike ekoso sir yare na nti na me ba ye nso me ba na omo so omo ko strike nti ye nko fie ekopem tama ye beti se omo ba ansana ya ba nti efia na me ko no se no yare no se ha wana se na ha me nso maya ne dan sa ba ne santi. And that's it. So that's some of the patients here. Mommy also brand I mean undin komo minim say na o mama ansane e ba camera is go patch up be me kakra na o che me say o free baby na ba hemfa na o free buy patch up free German North hemfa sampa so ko ai ben sampa na ben sampa ye ne sampa nyina ye area ba ko na yare ya bo me na omodin ba ha sei enti ba mfie nsie ne ha ya na me ba bosumi mienu nka sese kura de omo aboa ye se obehu doctor na ye de yenuro na akosi sampa na makwa akwaje nti edi bosumi nsia na mabehum doctor na wa hwese de ya de na akwa akodu enu ameda ha o ahimachi no na ye ba ya omo se nsensem bi wo ha nti no yan transentwa na ebobo 8 no ye benya muaye ye de ka de akoto ho eti boy ya ntihwe no nkura boy ntihwe ekobotan na omo be boy amane se omo ko meeting nti ada se doctor no be ba be hwe yen so mehwe yen de omunnim ene editi ha ye o tuba hatambe me beda ha nura no na no pa no be ko dik 4 o'clock kese wa mantema o doctor no card ni be di akire me so mfiri ba bi na aba se ya me ka say doctor amhwew na so mama o date kura wo nkwa ne sa wo mra no ka ska kura 2.1 ansa na de obedi ansa na dura obeto enka doctor yi wa de ewo brekum ni de ewo sunwan ana sampa aye mfidi ewo ji ha no se nka bi wo ye ho a ana nka ho doctor fo no so hweye na enka ya mape so ha ntete se de titi se wanya dura na che se wo kwa kowu no wa hu
nti e fati timpa no kwasem ni etoda kura kaska de beba no wo be bransa na wanya na wabehu doctor na so ba na be fati ti sei mu a ukodru kaska be na obesan de ababie ma baji wadru ana waba be hia doctor wa ye wa ho kirem pa ye na ewu akiri no ye wa ho kirem
mommy me da se pa bompa ese ombehwemu na monyina makom.
So if you're the judge, you know who's suffering most in this matter, right? So it's a deep-seated problem. We all know the problems in our health sector. But my mother from Sampa, she's suffering most. We don't know what also happened today at the hospital. But let me start with you, Honorable. I want to start with you.
Emefa, before Honorable, is your reporter having the contact of the woman?
Oh, that's easy to
find. Out if yes, then I can send something small to support her. I
think she'll be happy because she complained about the transport fare quite painfully yesterday. I'll have Bright follow her up for us. Thank you so much, Director. But Honorable, I start with you because the ministry says that the decision is a response to the President's directive. We recall that the President said that there should be zero tolerance for refusing emergency care in our facilities. But we also know the real issue. The Confanoche, you know where it sits. And the number of people it serves, they cannot serve if they don't have the facility. If the CEO then took an administrative decision because that's how they can care for patients, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, well, I think that I'm happy you've laid the foundation very clearly. I think the directive of the President came as a result of an unfortunate life that was lost due to that argument of no bed syndrome. And in that conversation, it came clear, even in the floor of Parliament, that yes, no bed syndrome goes beyond just the lack of physical bed or space. It culminates to even the attitude of a health professional. And that is even central to the whole idea of no bed syndrome. And I think, fast forward, directives were given that no patient should be turned away, no matter what it takes. Then I think subsequently, when they closed up the emergency ward, the minister took action by suspending the CEO to pave way for investigations. And this is what we've seen, that in solidarity of what has happened, colleagues decided to go on a strike. Clearly, we operate within laws. I'm sure you can see the Labour Commission also came out with a notice, asking that they should go back, because as per the Labour Act 651, Section 162 and 163 spells it clearly. 162 indicates how, if there's a disagreement between disputing parties, you have between 3 days to be able to look at it, especially when you are in a special area, like a sensitive area, like the health and military other places. You have within 3 days. If you are not able to come into agreement within the 3 days, I think that it is incumbent on you to inform, to let the Labour Commission know, so that they also have within, that's a 1622, they also have within 24 hours to make sure that that issue is referred to what? If it is resolved, if it's not resolved, they should be referred to what? Compulsory arbitration. And fast forward, 163 also indicates that if you operate within these special areas, you are not supposed to embark on what? On strikes. But we all know that I stand down here today, the forgotten group of people who bear the brunt is just the woman who spoke, the ordinary patient, the ordinary person seeking for what? Health. And I think that in speaking on this platform, that is what should be my focus. And my focus, because of that, I think that I have adopted a portion that I don't want to single a party and fault them. This is once again a revelation of a long chain of unresolved structural failures in our health system. We should all admit it. Last time when we sat here, I told you that in a well-structured society, the poorest person is more safer than a richest person in what? Unstructured society. And I gave examples. And I think that this is what should be more informing to us. Trust me, the minister taking that action is not doing that because he wants to laud himself or want to show that he has power. No, and the law is not cut because to gap people to do work, no matter how difficult it is. But the focus is that whatever step you take, based on where you are, especially you being a special or sensitive area in terms of operation, it will go a long way to affect the ordinary person. So to me, I also know the professionals or any other thing regarding strike, when the medical professional or anybody in the health sector decide to go on strike, there are two guiding principles. One is ethical responsibility and also political sensitivity. Ethical because by their own training, they are enjoined to be able to professionally save. They have a duty of care to save people. The same way, I think that on the flip side, they also have the right, as per the labor laws, to be able to demand for work, good work conditions, and even good environment to be able to do their work. I'm not talking about allowances and remunerations. Thank God that even the one they are isolated with have seen that the challenge is bigger, and the sufferer is the one down there. He's calling on all of them to come back to support so that together they can look at this amicably. But trust me, we cannot run away from the fact that this is once again unveiling the structural issues we have, the failures we have in our system. And I don't want to sound political. Otherwise, I've been emphasizing that, yes, we know, we all saw this. In some past, we've not been able to focus so much in making sure that we develop robust systems to be able to support us health-wise. And I think that everyone should begin to think about this. It is in the light of this sometimes we applaud President Dramani Mahama. Why? Because before he left this country, we have seen several huge investments being made in the area of health. We can talk about a rich hospital, you can talk about a Bank of God, you can talk about UGMC, we have WA region, we can talk about a lot of places.
How long did the MPP take to operationalize UGMC? After the previous...
It was just the political gimmick once again, because your cameras went there at the time they said there was nothing happening there. They even said there was no plan. When they went, plans were there. We saw that.
Okay.
I think that they also came, during their time, they came with an audacious program, the Agenda 111. But I don't know how come we've been able to have this big program, yet we couldn't complete even the two before leaving office. Now, again, the president, under the principle of Chapter 35 of Article 35 of the Directive of State Policy, says that I am going to continue with whatever. So we are focusing this year. I am aware that the health minister has been able to earmark about 35 of the Agenda 111 hospitals to complete.
He said, 35, but he says that surely that's quite also ambitious. So they're focusing on 3.
Yeah, but at various stages, because some are almost around 80%, so they will complete with that. It is only rational for you to complete what is almost completed.
Okay.
And contribute. The focus is about 35, and I know they've selected places, districts where the distance have gone on. And this is that I do not even have a health facility at all to be able to speed up this work.
Okay.
So it is us as people. You know, I can, sitting down here before by you, I can collapse. And the next thing will be disaster for me. So anything we do...
Maybe when you make a phone call, you get a bed.
That's me.
So I should worry about myself.
But if I collapse, maybe it has to take to make the call. Because
when I make the call, I mention your name, we'll get a bed.
They will ask you, are you sure?
Yeah.
You see, but must be so. And that's why there was a statement. There was a statement made by my colleague, Professor Titus Bayu, one of the renowned health professionals that I've interacted with, made a call and said that he has at some time have to call. What if one day he's the one lying down there? So the focus is not about the powerful person calling to pave way for the weaker, but they're making a system that will work to make sure that they recognize the weaker too without even calling anybody.
Okay.
That should be our general call. So I don't want to go on tangent of who did no. But it is a structural failure that we've all been suffering. We should be able to talk about it and put that in the...
That's the reality. And the mother from Sampa represents the many others who will be going through the doc. I'm going to just go to Kojo. I'll come back to you. Kojo, I'm engaging you on this because I like to think you're very familiar with the Kofa-Nochi Hospital and what it does in that region. When a facility manager or somebody who takes decision in such a facility decides that they're suspending emergency care, do you think that it comes to the person as a light decision to take? What's the real burden that we don't know about the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital? Surely we've seen Otumfuo himself leading a campaign to heal Komfo-Anokye, which means that there's a problem. So when they decide to want to shut a very important part down, what does it really mean? What's the picture like?
You see, I'm glad you brought the Otumfuo angle, because that was the first thing I was going to say. You see, look, everybody who is a student of corporate governance, right, will condemn what the minister did. I don't think anybody can. If you read the minister's letter, you put it next to corporate governance, you need to condemn that letter. You see, when you've given somebody a responsibility and that person is on the ground and making decisions based on what is on the ground, if you are not happy with it as a minister, the act which establishes and governs the Ghana Health Service is the Act 525. And I'm sure everybody who can just look through the Act 525 tells the minister the processes that he needs to go through if he needs to address problems. There's a governing board. The governing board is appointed by you, the minister. So calling the chairman of the governing board and asking them to quickly organize an emergency meeting to address whatever problems is you giving your voice and urgency to the governing board to act immediately.
Would you say same?
Chief Executive Officer. If people do not agree, it's the governing board that calls him in and basically address it. But he, the CEO, took an executive decision. Those that don't agree, that is why there's a governing board. And if the governing board thinks that the CEO took a wrong decision, then they refer him to the disciplinary committee or whatever committee that is set aside to address those disciplinary processes.
Where then do I put the president's directive?
The president's directive sits with the minister through the governing board. You see, the president can make a directive, but the president is also the same person who came to meet 2 completed hospitals, Trede and Kokobing, and has not operationalized it. My brother says that there is no 2 hospitals in Agenda 101 is complete. My brother, please, go to Kokobing and go to Trede. It's completed.
Really?
Yes.
The Ashanti Regional Minister.
My brother, come listen. That Ashanti Regional Minister, please don't mention his name here. I beg you, please.
Why?
You see, listen. What I'm saying to you is that yes, but I'm saying that I'm saying the reason you shouldn't is that there are 2 issues going forward. There is a completion of a hospital and there is operationalization of the hospital. When you don't want to operationalize the hospital, that is your political decision. But don't say that it's not completed. Trede and Kokobing is completed.
Can you take a humble question?
No, let me finish. Put it down on there. Trede and Kokobing is completed. Afari is completed. These hospitals sit in the Ashanti region. Trede and Kokobing are 100 beds each. Afari is 500 beds. You put that together, that's 700 beds. If the government wants to operationalize Kokobing and Trede and Afari without the political, without the politics they are doing, Ashanti region will have 700 more beds. Today, Komfo-Anokye, like the Nana said, like Otumfuo said, it has healed us. Now we are having to take care of the old lady, Komfo-Anokye. You see where somebody came from, Sampa to Komfo-Anokye.
That's about how many hours?
It's Soko, but he says it's bordering Sampa.
How many hours would it be?
It will be like 6 hours. About 6 hours.
5, 6 hours.
Yeah, 5, 6 hours.
People come from Tumu to...
Yeah, you understand? We don't come from Ashanti region doesn't have a regional office, a regional hospital. We don't. Komfo-Anokye is a teaching hospital, is a regional hospital, and is a referral hospital. So it is overburdened. It is not for nothing that the MPP government decided to build all these Agenda 111.
Let me stay with you on this. I hear you, but between the time that a government will operationalize and between the time that a person will need emergency care.
Right, so that is where the politics.
That's the shutting the units.
No, but he has to take. You see, people take executive decisions.
To what end?
To basically the KPIs, the operational rules that he has to safeguard the people in the hospital. Okay, let me give an example. Somebody comes to an emergency situation, right? And he's admitted. You remember we did a triage and my brother talked to us through all that, right? Somebody comes in, the triage, blah, blah, blah. He's taken in, but there are no beds. He's on the floor. He gets infection. Who's to blame? turning the person away is not the best. But then you are also bringing the person in to compound the issue at the hospital, so everybody else is also now affected. What is it? So it is between the hard and the rock place.
But I see what you mean. But if we want to apportion weight, how much weight will you put on a person who has received emergency care and is in a facility that is overburdened and we're afraid of infections?
No, it's not afraid of infections. It's whether there is room to take in more people. The chief executive officer took a decision which is an operational decision, based on the situation he faces.
I respect his decision, and I respect that it is an executive decision.
Right.
But the decision sits in a bigger picture.
Yes.
Or it's taken out of vacuum.
No. It sits in a bigger picture, but it's in that aspect at that point. It is to do with Komfanochi, which he manages. It's like, okay, we are traveling, right? We have a boat that we are crossing to Dam. We've got into Dambai. We have to cross the ferry. There's a hospital on the other side. The ferry is full, right? One more person, the ferry can't cross, it will sink. But there is somebody who is very ill and has to be carried onto the ferry. But the ferry is full. The captain now makes a decision that we cannot take on board any more people, because if we take this person on, the ferry will sink. What does the person do? Do we now say that we are offloading some of the sick people and take on the sick person, but do we have to leave the sick person behind, because if we leave him, he will die? Because all the sick people will get to the other end. By the time the ferry comes back, that person is dead. But you can also take that person on, because then that ferry will sink. You have to empty some sick people to take on this sick person.
Let's stay on this analogy. The impasse is between the head of that institution and the ministry.
The minister doesn't come in. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. That if you're a student,
what has the suspension? The suspension is for 2 weeks to make way for investigation.
Yes.
What has it got to do with the other people who are already working with the little facility that they have? What
they are trying to point out is that's why people do sit down, hunger strikes, and all these things, to point to injustice. People are trying to draw attention to the letter and the bravado of the sector minister. He acted wrongly. He can just apologize and the people will go back. I mean, if he admits he was wrong, when clearly he was, because that letter, if you read the heading of the letter, you've seen the letter, he is recommending a 2-week suspension after meeting. He called the person to Accra. You, the minister, don't have any right to call the person to Accra.
How?
You don't. No, but I'm saying that if you see, my brother, okay, let me put that word away. Maybe I can say he doesn't have a right. But in corporate governance, right, the minister calling the chief executive to Accra, calling his chief director and all these people to a meeting, and after talking to him, recommending to. That's what I'm saying, that if you're a student of corporate governance.
Yes.
So he sidestepped. So the people are striking.
Of the hospital then exercise his internal rights, sitting in the corporate governance rules with the minister or other stakeholders who are engaged. Why do we have the nurses and the doctors?
No, the association is basically supporting that. Let's look at that in a different conversation.
I can't.
No, you can, because they are acting in solidarity with their colleague. If we do not, and politicians,
can I find that in
why are we
governance?
discussing? Okay, so why are we discussing it today?
We're discussing it because there's a problem with the head.
Because of the strike.
Yes.
Exactly. So the attention is being drawn to it because of the action of the association. You see, politicians don't understand any other language except these kind of drastic measures.
Okay.
So if the minister did his letter and everybody sat back and continued work, we will not be discussing it today. It's a national topic. Everybody is looking at it because attention is being drawn to it by a sit-down action, by a strike. It's unfortunate. We saw our mothers and sisters having to bear the brunt of that. But two wrongs doesn't make it right. So we appeal to the association, as per the labor discussion, that please, we beg them, right? They should go back. I mean, Aki and my brothers there, because I have some really good friends in the senior hierarchy of it, because when we went to school, most of them who are seniors are now in terms. So we appeal to Aki and the...
After the show, call them.
No, we won't. But the point is that let's also now condemn. You see, people are doing their best. Doctors really go through a lot. right? And if we don't show appreciation, we think we can just wave them away with political bravados, they will rebel. One action creates a reaction. I think, and that's what it is.
Director, let me hear from you. I mean, because
I'm a bit shocked the way he's speaking on the minister. I mean, what is the role of the minister? President has put him there to make sure things goes on well. Emefa, when Supreme Court speaks, it becomes a law, true of us. When President gives directives, and you are a teacher and you say you go against it, and the education minister cannot penalize you, then what kind of country are we running? What kind of country are we running? We were in this studio talking about the negligence of a hospital who took someone's life. Based on that, President came out strongly that there should not be any occasion that will say there's no bed, so we'll turn patients away. You see, the current CEO is a friend. He's a friend. In fact, when this issue came, I tried calling him, but because of the same, I couldn't. But I got...
Because of the what?
I mean, he's hot.
Okay.
Are you getting it? I got a former CEO, and we had a conversation. They have a genuine concern, but he miscalculated. Let us take that as a fact. Are you getting it? Yes, they are overburdened. They don't have space. But you cannot come out and tell the whole world that we've closed. Now, if there is accident, where do you expect them to go?
Now he's saying that operationalize the other facilities.
Can't you put them in the ambulance that will bring them? Can't you take care of them in the ambulance? What are we talking about? We don't value human's life. Why? We should not do that. Look, when I spoke to the former CEO, he said, Hobson, let's take Accra and Kumasi. In Accra here, we have Kolebu, we have 37, we have police hospital, we have UGMC, we have the bank hospital, we have Ridge, and other private ones that are, I mean, well-equipped hospitals. Taking care of Accra, Volta region, part of Eastern, part of Central. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Just for. When you go to Kolebu, Kolebu takes Ashanti region, part of Eastern region, because if someone is in Koko and there is emergency, they will send him to Komfonachi than bringing the person to Kolebu. They look at this thing. Part of Central region, Western North, Ahafo, Bunu East, Northern, Savannah, all these people look up to Kolebu.
No, Komfonachi.
Komfonachi, yes.
Komfonachi.
They look up to Komfonachi. So they have a genuine concern, which we all need to come together and make sure we solve that. Notwithstanding that, you cannot disrespect President's directives. You see, at times, I don't know. On this other, Emefa,
yeah.
Apart from God, the next God, there are two. Doctors, I mean the medical officers, nurses, and those people, they are one. And then judges. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
If you joke with them, they can end your life. Like the way God can decide that today you are finished on earth, they can also decide same. But, you see, I am seeing something that because some of them see people dying every day, they don't value life anymore. However, I have traveled small. We were on our way to Maryland. And then a car knocked an antelope.
Antelope.
Ambulance was called. Otwi. And can say ya tam na she boot to mu ko bonkwan. Ambulance. We waited and you see how they handled the antelope. I said, hey!
With paramedics.
Hey!
Traffic busy.
Charlie. So I told my friend, I wish I am animal here. Look at the value they put on this antelope.
Yeah, because they have the facilities.
So
they said they called an ambulance.
Yeah.
They are deliberate about it too.
Yeah. They call an ambulance. Are you getting it? So here, you get the ambulance, you get to Kolebu, and the nurse will be sitting down. He will not even mind you. Are you getting it? You rush to them. Oh, there is an emergency. He will not even wake up. We are begging them. You chose to be a doctor, a nurse, a midwife, and all that. I mean, do the work with some kind of passion. Do with passion. We should not just say that, oh, because, you see, the suspension is to achieve some kind of purpose.
It will let you operationalize the facilities quickly.
No, wait. Before that, is to achieve a purpose.
What's that?
President gave a directive. You flouted the directive. So when we leave it, everybody will be flouting. That's why there was a definite suspension. 2 weeks old. Not 1 month old, not 1 year old. 2 weeks. And you are saying because someone is going on suspension for 2 weeks, the whole staff is going on strike. We are not going to take care of sick people and all those kind of things. Why? Why? As CEO, you have administrative, powers, yes, powers to do certain things, but you do it in consultation with the president's directives. You did not just become the CEO. Someone appointed you. And you work under a minister. You cannot say a minister has no right to... No. That one, Kojo, you are seeking to come into government. Don't say that. Tomorrow, if you are a minister, and then they say this to you, will you be happy? Why are you there as a minister? You are there to make sure things go on right. Look, the health minister went to Tamale Hospital. He entered. People were sitting. Nobody is attending to them. He went there unannounced. Emefa, he entered their washroom. Hey! As if Agbogboshi washroom. And then, he took action. People say, hey, we don't understand. How do we want us to develop as a country? You are CEO, you are there, you are to manage. You left it. Everything is going bazaar. Then we take action, you say you don't agree. So what do we do as a nation? Let us try to, obey rules and regulations. Let us try to obey directives from the superiors. Then we can move forward. Look, Komfanoche, how can we sit down as a nation? When Kojo Poku was in power, it took Otumfuo to go and do Lala Sulala just to put Komfanoche in shape. It took Otumfuo to go and do Lala Sulala. Why? Why? So I would just say that doctors, calm down. Let us respect the minister.
Okay.
Because your friend is just on 2 weeks suspension. There is no way they will say go and stay home. There is no way. He will come back. But this suspension is just to achieve a purpose.
In fact, he himself is actually quite...
Quickly, 1 minute, before he mentioned my name. Listen, the 30 seconds, no problem. Look, rule of law. right? He made a very good, and I was laughing. Let us try to obey rules and regulation.
Yes.
And rules and regulation apply to the minister. The people in Konfanochi are not saying the minister doesn't have the powers to sanction.
Do you know whether President Paul him or not?
The process, but you see, that's the problem. You are saying rules and regulation. The rules is set by Act 525. If the minister wants to abide by the rules and regulation, he should let the governing board act on his behalf. What we are saying is that it is not about the directive. It is how the directive was carried out.
Okay, let me go to Doc on this. My pushback to Kojo is that if I look at the letter that appointed him, it was from the presidency, dated 30th of April 2025. That letter explicitly indicated that he should be regularized. The Ministry of Health and the hospital's governing body or board, which Kojo has just said, should see to it that they regularize him. But the appointment came from the presidency.
Recommendation.
What's recommended?
From the president recommends, and the affirmation is done by the governing board. So the recommendation comes from the presidency.
Appointed.
Okay. No, you are appointed. You are recommended.
Let me see if I can pull out the letter. But whichever way.
We use those words. But really,
who signed his
Dr.
They can reject it.
Signed on behalf of the president.
So it means that it is only the president who has the power to suspend him or sack him.
How?
You see, in my university, I was appointed by the VC on behalf of the governing council. All right. So if I do something contrary to the dictates of the university, and it gets to that point that I have to be sacked. All right. On my appointment letter, it is the VC signature which is there. So he has the power to sack me.
He hasn't even been sacked.
No. So even if it is suspension, any letter coming, all right, should be seen under the signature of the VC. So the person who signs your appointment letter is the only person or that body that has the capacity to suspend or to sack you. And so for me, right, Emefa, this whole issue, Kojo was talking about corporate governance, issues. I just want to go beyond that. And then I look at the political management aspect of it, of that decision. For me, it didn't go well. And this is not the first time. It has not just happened at Konfanochi. It also happened in Tamale, the Tamale Teaching Hospital, Saga. Right. My question is, what is the minister learning from it? What kind of management lessons is going through him? I see some level of power overriding, service quality experiences and delivery within the health sector. And these decisions, for me, goes a long way to undermine the clinical governance, of our teaching hospitals. One of the reasons why I'm saying this is that the decision by the minister to suspend, the CEO, for me, it is something that bypasses established protocols, which has been established by the Ghana Medical Association. And as to whether there was any engagement between the ministry and the Ghana Medical Association, which actually holds the professional rules and regulations within the sector. I mean, it's something that I don't know. But if that was not done, then it is a bypass. And that is why I have also seen the Ghana Medical Association also commenting on the decision of the minister, right? And again, I also see some level of the decision that the minister took. It is also worsening the health conditions of patients. At Konfanochi,
I understand. if that same content in that letter was signed by the governing board or from the presidency, then we'll say that is okay?
Even that, probably we need to look at the merits of it. You understand?
This is
it
because
is not
the
just,
letter
I was
recognizes
just
the role of the ministry, just as it recognizes the role of the governing board. So if the minister then feels I have nearly the same power as the governing board and decides to suspend,
he doesn't have that power.
He doesn't have that.
What role would the minister?
The minister just oversees.
So he would then recommend to the governing
board to now set up a disciplinary. They can suspend him pending referral to disciplinary action. You see, so those are the corporate. It's like when you work here, you've done something and multimedia feels that you need to step aside for investigation. They will step aside and refer you to a disciplinary committee. That is the process. But your Mr. Chum or your CEO cannot write and say that you should be suspended. And no, it's wrong.
Doc, for the matter at hand and the issue we're discussing, are we not placing too much premium on a certain process?
You see, that is why I'm saying that probably the minister should have given that kind of consideration in thoughts. Very deep thoughts. Okay, so if you are going to take a decision that probably is going to lead to the case that director wants to help. This woman had traveled from Nsoko all the way, to Kumasi.
Doc, so while we are pressing so much on the process procedurally, I'm also asking, this will mean that the doctor involved, Dr. Beidou himself, then will be subjected to the same process if he's aggrieved by the decision. Kojo, of course, invites us to the point that we know what can pressurize government.
Yeah.
What if the man has not exhausted the role to circle back to the fact that, well, the suspension is not done properly? It should be between him, the governing board, the ministry, and the person that appointed him. How does that concern the nurses and the doctors, really?
Yeah, so I am seeing something beyond the suspension, right? If the minister or the ministry, or even let's assume that even this letter was signed by the governing council, right? And the man had gone on suspension. Were we going to also see that the other staff, the doctors and the nurses, would
they have gone on strike? Is it the minister that's the problem, or the process that they don't recognize that exists?
Probably one, the decision that the CEO took to close the emergency outfit, all right, is something that is coming from the entire staff of Akufo-Addo. All right?
Yes.
And so anybody who touches him...
definite statement, or you are assuming?
I am assuming.
So let us...
That's what I said.
That's right.
Probably, yeah.
So if anybody touches him, then you have touched all of us. And that is why probably this action from them have also come.
I mean, we've used my platform here as an example. My boss, if I said something here now, the first person they'll call will be Kingsley, the producer.
Yes.
Then, if it's not resolved, we'll then go to my boss, maybe Evans Mensah, before we go to my other boss, KOP.
Yeah.
So once producer says, KOP or Evans says that, step aside, then the entire journalists here, we say that, it's not done properly, so we're going on strike.
So if whatever you did,
yes,
is something that
we sat down and discussed internally
around you.
I agree.
Yes.
But I have to take the fall for it.
Yes, you take it, but your people will also feel that
they'll look at unfair treatment.
It is unfair on your part.
They will flout the rules. That's why. The
Labour Commission Act is one thing. Labour Commissions are.
Do you want people to disrespect the president?
Nobody saying that.
So if president says
yes,
no hospital should turn patients away on no bed syndrome.
Fine, it's done.
Why should someone go and then you say that?
But the person does it, and there's a process through which you take that person for competency.
I think I'm still on the floor.
No, you are on the floor. Yeah.
I'm still on the floor. You see, the point is this.
You see, I'm just trying to add to the point you are making. Sorry, I'm not cutting short. You know, that's why I painted a picture of the actual disease and not the symptom, saying that it's a longer chain of unresolved structural failures in the health system.
Exactly. So I noted your point down. You see, and I was happy when you mentioned that. I see some level of Akufo-Addo emergency, unit being overwhelmed. All right. And so if the place is already crowded and people keep coming, where are we going to keep them?
So, and the question I ask is that even if they wanted to expand, even if today the ministry or the government says that everything that will operationalize, these are the hospitals in the region, we're ready. The distance between traveling to take the equipment or things that will operationalize that facility can take hours or even a day. If you close the emergency units based on that, even that day, there could be casualties. How does the closing of the emergency operationalize or solves the problem with which you have shut the unit down? That's why I want to understand.
And so if the decision of the CEO wasn't right, then I also assume that the decision of the minister equally wasn't right.
As for the two of them, that's why I put them behind my tablet. And I said that the bodies that need to deal with them will deal with them. I am focusing on the nurses and the doctors because you see, it was the emergency unit that was shut, but our patients are stranded.
Yes, so you see, the whole thing is that these are ripple effects. It's a ripple effect of a decision that was taken. I'm being frank.
Let's be frank.
I am being frank. I am not saying that, look, I am not supporting Emefa. I wouldn't sit here and support strike coming from any hospital. Not even a first level, health center. Not that. Because people's lives are at stake. And director said that God, lawyers, and medical staff, they hold our lives, isn't it?
Usually when there's a strike, to be fair, there'll be notice. There'll be notice. Exactly. That is why my mother from Sampa wouldn't have transported herself all the way.
That is the point. Emefa, I understand everything about it. Okay, so sometimes we put up a lens, whether it is by concave or whatever, it will determine the extent to which you see. That is it. So you see, for me, the actions from the medical officers in Akufo-Addo is also causing extra havoc, isn't it? But if that decision was not taken, for anybody to have said that I am going on strike, what would have changed? Is it the suspension, the 2-week suspension that is going to solve the problem? All right. And even within that 2 weeks, can you assure us, Ghanaians, that whatever you want to uncover, you can uncover it?
What I've done.
Or is it the case that when after the 2 weeks you find that he has not, done anything wrong, or probably he has done something wrong, and that is going to lead to you are going to relieve him of his post, right? Or probably reinstate him. The question is that what the 2 weeks has done, can you redeem it? All right. So, Emefa, the whole thing is that in a management position, okay, exercising that level of restraint is very important. Looking out for different ways of solving problems and conflicts is very important. I mean, the president has issued an instruction. Don't do this. Somebody has done it. Was it necessary for you to probably get to that point where it could also lead to other things? Or you could have come up with certain solutions. All right? You invited the man. What happened? Could you also have used your power to say that, as minister, Akufo-Addo is under me, please open the center for us. Just open it. Would it have gotten to this point? If you had gone to Akufo-Addo to probably have some level of, how do we call it, engagements, with other staff and all that, and probably resolve the matter within 2-3 days, while staff are still working, would it have changed anything?
It would be easier for him to operationalize Treader and Koko being simple. I mean, what is doing there?
You have your correspondent Ashanti region, right?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Let them go to Treader and Koko being. Go and then video the whole facility inside everything.
Yes.
Then you show to us.
And Emefa, you are emphasizing on the point that dog is not collaborating with. That's what your point is. Why must it always be that if there's an issue affecting an individual, the entire system fights? You remember there are even...
It's not always.
No, mostly. Let me tell you, there are instances where an individual that cannot control his temper works as a relative of a patient, walks into a hospital, misbehaves with a nurse, and the entire health system goes on strike. When the law could have just singled out an individual and deal with the individual.
So that one, I think that the law that is supposed to be working is equally not working.
Exactly the point I'm talking about.
So let's strengthen the institutions for the
exactly the point.
In the meantime,
because
in the meantime, you see,
because Emefa, sorry, Kojo, Emefa, a patient's relative going to attack a medical staff, right? Yeah. That one, how do we term it? How do we describe it under law?
You lost me on
because listen, he is making a point that
it even happened in Rich.
That Rich.
It happened in
Rich. I remember that.
Recently, I saw one.
Yes. So an individual walking to a hospital facility to attack a health personnel.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Against a decision by a CEO. Issue. That is a criminal.
That's what I'm saying. But the entire system will react towards that as they go on strike.
Because
when they could have just taken that individual on.
That's why we have associations.
I wrote here.
So that the decision is strong like that.
I wrote here.
A patient will go and the nurse will be sitting down without attending to the person.
No, if you send when people are not protected,
will you have that patience?
It's about protection.
That's what you mean.
Okay. So this Emefa, I'm landing. See this issue about where health personnel feel that their very lives are threatened. Okay. Then of course they will come up with certain reprisal, behaviors.
Are you talking about attack on them, or you're talking about facilities not in position that their life will be threatened? What do you?
No, I'm talking about
this is one of.
Yeah, I'm responding to Honorable's issue.
While I sympathize with what happened at the Rich Hospital, somebody walked in and was angry and attacked. It's once in a long time, unlike people going to the facility.
So Honorable's issue has to do with why would the entire health
I think that's why it's an association, and when they do it together, they get results.
So the protection is very important.
Okay. So yesterday you had the big news that Central Oil Refinery, which is actually also located in Tema, is ready to take delivery of 1 million barrels of domestic crude. Now, a big question for me is, what does this mean for and to TOR? Because we know that the president said that TOR as well is getting ready to take delivery of some crude so that we start refinery over here. I'm happy for the private sector, but I'd be more happy if all of this was going to TOR so that, we're able to keep some forex. We don't exfiltrate some of the money or resources outside of the country. Of course, I recognize that in all of this, at every stage in time, government will have its benefit from it. But what does this mean for what the SASS's TOR seem to be chalking lately?
I think you start with me, or you want to start with him?
Yeah,
I think he's rushing.
We have our standing, so we should start with
let me since we have the outstanding, let me clear that bit, because I was supposed to come.
So that we continue.
Wait, okay. So I want to make a few statements. One, in the last week program, I made a statement which came across as the 2012 to 2016 era was all a wadako. I want to correct that.
Great.
Mr. Wadakun was there for 18 months.
Yes.
So his tenure
1 year
was not
exactly
from 2012 to 2016. Sure. So when I made a statement that the Wadakun era, no audited accounts were done, it basically gave the impression that Honorable Wadakun was there for the whole 4 years, and it's not true. Yeah. So I want to withdraw that statement and apologize. But it's important that we put that in perspective. I want to apologize to him if any harm is done. It was not intended. The next part of that conversation is that the fact still remains that audited accounts in TOR 2011 to 2019 was done under Mr. Isaac Osei. That's a fact.
It's not true.
2011 to 2019 audited accounts was done under Mr. Isaac Osei. Now, what has always happened in TOR is that KPMG was the auditor for TOR. In 2019, KPMG wanted the Minister of Finance to now have a position that TOR was a going concern. The reason the audited accounts was stopped at 2019 because the auditors were not comfortable with certain postures and stuff like that, which needed to be clarified. During, I think, somewhere around 2023, 2024, the auditors were changed from KPMG to Ghana Audit Service. Okay? Now, all point in time, every administration did what you call management accounts. Because you know there are two accounts. There is management accounts and they're supposed to be audited accounts. So by the time the MPP administration was exiting, there was management accounts till 2024. What there wasn't is those management accounts were not audited. So what has happened in the last few days that was published and my brother talked about was that the audited accounts has now been brought up to date. So it has now been taken from the 2019 to 2025, which has been done. So I thought we would clear that statement. And if my brother has something to say when it's time, he now says it. But my point that I want to make on Central receiving crude is that it's a good thing. At least the MPP brought about one district, one factory, and supported the establishment of Central. Central is now doing something around just around 25 to 30% of our local refinery. I know my brother Akufo-Addo did an interview with Bloomberg and said 40%, but I don't know where he got that figure from, right? What we do locally is nowhere near that 40% the Minister of Finance said. But Central is now playing a very vital role in our local refinery. And Central is not the only refinery which is private. There's Platon and there's quite a number of them, but they are much smaller. TOR is playing its part. What my brother should be informing us on and be educating us on is that what TOR is doing in terms of what they have now, as in the CDU that they have refurbished, vis-a-vis how do they get online the RFCC? Because those are things that the industry watchers are still worried. Because we know that if you're doing only the first part of refining, which is the CDU, it means that the AR which you get is not consumed locally, it's mostly exported. It is the AR that you put in the RFCC, and that is where your profit making now comes in. So I would like to hear from my brother how TOR is working around the corner to basically bring on board the RFCC and increase on this profitability that they talk about. But for people to think that our local crude cannot be refined locally, it's not true. But it is just a matter of being able to pay for it. This 1 million barrels that's been given to Central, it's not given to a free. No, I don't know why the story is making it look like government has given Central free crude or on credit. Central actually bought 1 million barrels of our local crude. They paid for it. So at the time when my brother says that TOR is doing so well, they've gotten 1 million of the Banga crude from Nigeria. If they are also doing well, they can also go to GMPC or the Jubilee partners and buy 1 million of crude and refines it. So it is really not about the publication that I'm seeing that, government, some people are trying to make it look like government has given. No, government did not give. Central bought 1 barrels of our local crude. That is the story.
Okay. The story is not in doubt.
Honorable, before you come in.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So give him his time.
He has it. He's taking the time, and
Yeah.
No, let it be official.
that okay.
No, he's
Director, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Director,
I will finish before. You know, it's clear. We've settled that of Akufo-Addo. And it's also not true that they did audit from 2011 to that. It's not true.
The 2011 to 2019.
It's not true. Under, as it was saying, for 7 years of MPP, no AGM. You can only appoint an auditor to audit through AGM. And 7 years, no AGM. So how did they, you know, they went on the back door to engage KPMG to be doing some of the things that they were doing. But you see, before Akufo-Addo came, they met a debt of 650 million. This 650 million USD that they met through the establishment of ESLA and then some of the maneuvers through Akufo-Addo, they were able to pay about 350 million.
That's half of the
That's right. Are you getting it? Then he set up a special purpose vehicle to make sure they deal with this debt. And all the contracts that they gave them, they were supposed to pay 35% of whatever they get to TOR. Now, the 35%, the first one came when MPP was in power, and they received $52 million. That $52 million, you ask yourself, you go through the books and you cannot trace it. Are you getting it? So you could see that. Why am I saying this? Because last week we were saying that there was a turnaround and TOR is doing well and Kojo was disputing. Today, he is saying that he doesn't know where finance minister gets his figures from. Emefa, finance minister received data from all institutions. Are you getting it? Before he will come and speak, he have the data. But if you go and then read something online, and then you come and dispute what finance minister, who is official person collecting all this data, managing the finances, and then you say that you don't know where he's getting it from, then I am a bit shocked. Are you getting it? So, as we speak, I can tell you, RFCC was shut for 7 years under MPP. The CDU that he mentioned, from 2021 till they left office, it was not working. But as we speak, TOR has managed to restore that. And you see, they refined about 28,000 crude recently.
Yeah, 28.
Yes. They are on it within the shortest possible time. I mean, all these things will come into full year. Yeah. And I know by the end of this month or so, there will be AGM. TOR is calling for AGM, where they will appoint an auditor to audit, their books. So all these are facts that we need to acknowledge. Then, do you know something? MPP intentionally decided to run down TOR and then sell it to their chronic.
It's very unfair. I don't think we should.
I'm coming. Wait. Just write it down.
No,
wait.
That statement is very unfair. No, that statement. Wait. Can I address you? Don't allow you.
Hang on.
No. That statement is unfair. These are not some of the things I can write.
But you know what you did.
The statement he made is very unfair.
Give me a minute, though, all of you. Just give me a minute. So, if you have been using the Tema motorway, and you've not heard, there's a gridlock on the motorway this morning. I mean, both sides, because a tanker caught fire and then it's causing a lot of traffic. It involved an accident that got burned. It happened yesterday. And so because of that accident, that's a tanker catching fire on the motorway, it's caused a real heavy traffic on both sides. So if you're home and you're yet to move, you're going to use the motorway, we recommend that you use another route or an alternative route to your destination. Those are the images on your screen. This happened last night. And so, on your screen now, That's so much fire. My goodness. The Ghana National Fire Service responded to this. They've been provided an update. But if you have to go somewhere, meeting, you're not leaving home, going to Tema, whatever it is, please make sure you're using an alternative road because that road is choked so much. There you go. Okay, our reporter is also on their way to that place to bring us the real-time situation. I'll keep you updated, but call a friend or a relative not to use a route this morning.
However, I'm saying that
Kojo, to be fair,
MPP intentionally ran down tall. I am coming. You wait.
That statement.
Wait, I am going to give you evidence to that.
You want to prove it? Okay.
I'll prove to that.
Substantiate. Let's see.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
Cronies were just using left and right, chopping from it. Look,
prove it.
Isaac Osei was forced to resign.
He said this?
Do you know? Isaac Osei was in USA, OT conference, to look for investors to come to TOR. He was there when government announced that they would scrap TOR. So all the engagement he was doing there was cosnante. He came, he was forced to resign. This is a publication by Ghana Web. The source is from Star FM. Monday, 23rd December 2019. He was forced because there was a deal. Someone brought a crude, about 11 million barrels.
Someone, the person doesn't have a name?
Yeah, I'm coming. 11 million barrels. They wanted Isaac Osei to charge $1.5 per barrel. He said no.
Who are they?
Previously, I mean the government, some people from the government.
Okay.
Previously, they were charging 4.5 per barrel.
Okay.
And he said, if I charge 1.5, I can't make anything to even run tall. Emefa, 4.5 per barrel times 11 million will give you 49.5 million USD. Now, if you say you should take 1.5, it means that TOR is going to get only 16.5. And then the 33 million will go to some private pocket. As Akosua stood, he said, no, I'm not going to do that.
So
he stood against corruption and he was forced to resign.
So if I understand,
yes,
the benchmark is 4.5 per barrel.
That was it.
But the people offered 1.5.
They said they should.
Or they said the fee is 4.5.
Yes.
But we'll give you 1.5 and then the 3 remainder will...
They forced him to say you not agree.
Okay.
He said you not agree. Even the 45.5 million that he's getting, it was difficult for TOR to run efficiently. And then you say now he should come to 1.5, where he's going to realize 60 million. I say you not do.
But you know,
and because of that, he was forced to resign.
You know, we can't leave this hanging. Who are those who made this offer, 1.5?
Do you want me to read that thing for you?
Yes, please.
The Institute of Energy Security has claimed that managing director of Thomas Oil Refinery was forced to resign from the post. Look, let me go to this thing. However, in the statement, the Institute of Energy Security said investigation by IES indicate that the MD of TOR was forced to leave his post for refusing to sign off a tolling agreement at a rate of 1.5 per barrel for utilization of both crude CDU and then RFCC instead of the average rate of 4.5 per barrel for 11 million barrel cargo to be refined. This is it. And the person was there looking for investors to come. And you see, that's why I always say the man, Isaac Osei, he did well. Me, anyone who will stand against corruption, I like you from my heart. People wanted to get money into their pocket. Instead of TOR getting 49 million, a private person wanted 33 million in the pocket and they give TOR 16 million. And then you do all these things. Last minute, what happened? Were they not selling TOR?
He has still not addressed that problem, the allegation he made. Which one?
Which one?
The statement he made that MPP deliberately ran down Tor. So they say that. And this is IES MPP. Please. IES said it's IES MPP. If you are saying that
who was in government?
No, you accused MPP. No,
who was in government?
No, please stop that. Stop that.
You cannot.
You have said, Emefa,
listen,
address this.
You cannot do this here. Who is in government today? Is it not NDC? When something happens, what do you say? Didn't you mention
the transaction you talked about is one thing. You said that MPP deliberately ran down Tor.
Who was running the country?
Substantiate that.
Who was running the country?
You see your,
was it United Party?
You see your life. Now,
was it United Party? Is it not MPP?
Let him finish and I'll clarify.
You cannot clarify anything. You cannot. MPP was running this country and deliberately they ran down Tor. They were about to sell Tor to themselves.
And how do you know? How do you know?
This private person, the private person that offered the 1.5 is a Ghanaian-owned private entity.
I've just read the story.
He doesn't know. He's reading a third party.
I'm saying that I am doing this. We were talking about our people were saying that people were to pay money, those kind of things. How will you go in and know the real person who says someone should pay money? But it has come out.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
Okay.
So I am saying that it was a deliberate attempt. What happened to electricity? The PDS and other things. And you sit here and then say what? You sit here and say what? You see, so these are the things this government has turned around Tor, and Tor is making profit. How much were they selling Tor? Was it not 20 million?
22 million.
And within the shortest possible time, what was it? They made the money. Emefa, as we speak, you know Tor has the biggest storage facility so far. They have a storage that can take up to 1 million metric tons.
I don't even talk much.
1 million metric tons. We are talking about Boss. Boss is having about 350,000. For 1 million.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? So if they are doing this, and then we need to just acknowledge them and encourage them to do better. We need to do that than always running down people. We should not do those things.
Okay.
Are you getting it? We should not do those things. Now I talked about the tag gauging.
Which one?
Tag gauging, where they used to dip stick or metal and other things.
Yeah.
I've been there personally. They are doing installing the software. That this time you sit in your office and you'll be watching. Nobody will go and be writing in the book.
Have they installed or they are
installing? They are on it.
Them installed.
They are
Last
on
week
it.
You said that it is done.
Please. I said they are on it. By September they complete.
Thank you. So right now, when they are loading, what do they do?
And they are doing it. They are doing it.
Right now.
Today,
don't they dip?
Oh, please.
Last week you said they don't dip.
My statement was that now the corruption that someone will go and write.
So admit that what you said was wrong. You said last week that they don't dip. You are saying that you'll be done by September. So admit. There's nothing wrong with admitting. Admit that you are wrong. That today, if tanker go to
they still dip. Or not.
No, that's not the point.
Are they doing it
the point is that the most important thing, everybody. If you go to Tor today, he even said, let's take your cameras to Tor last week. Remember, I said that if a tanker goes today, you still have to dip. He said it's not true. He's now admitting that. He's now admitting that. Hold on.
No.
My brother, you are saying that you'll be done in September.
Stop that.
Okay.
I am saying that they are on it, they are doing it, and it will be done. So you stop this.
The man very close to Tor is here, so I want to ask.
Like I wanted to. Okay.
Okay.
You let me.
But I will need to respond to those.
You cannot. You respond. I will respond.
You can. I don't.
But Honorable, you remember my question, right?
No.
That sent you.
Yes.
Now going to be refining this amount of crude. What does that mean for Tor?
Well, it means a lot, depending on where you sit and how you look at it.
But before you address this issue, a few things have been said by the two panelists. You are with the books.
Yes.
When you sit on the board, you definitely would have access to the books.
Yeah, exactly.
Which are you discrediting, disputing, or adding more oil to?
I think that when we sit here, most importantly is to educate based on what we know. And at a point when we think that what we have said is not that accurate, it's good to admit and move on. And I think that Kojo has done that. That some of the things he said last week do not really sit well with the books that we have. But I also want to say that I think that on that same score, I think that Director Hobson also made it clear that the dipping has stopped as at that time. As it stands now, what I know is that we are working assiduously to make sure that we stop it. It's not been stopped yet. So that one, you should also address.
Thank you.
Then we'll move on. Okay. And the other angle is also, I also want to, just to put the record straight here, I think in terms of a Wadaku's case, I think that Kojo said that he's been there for only 18 months, that's 1 year, 6 months. But within that, he brought transformational changes to TOR. And I sent you a document that showed AGMs being held according to the times. In 2016, that's in November, he held an AGM that looked into the books in terms of audited account from 2007 to 2012. That's about 6 years span.
Was it intentional that he would hold a dual role whilst he was at TOR and did it line by line with BOST?
No, he did well in BOST. It was what he did in BOST that made them to take him to TOR.
Okay.
Because they felt that once he has turned around to TOR, a BOST, he could go and do same. And he did that perfectly. He did that perfectly. So that we need to applaud that. And I think Kojo also indicated about the RFCC. Yes. Clearly, when we came, there's a complete turnaround. Maintenance that took place. The CDU now, we all know, has been done. And so far, I think that the crude being refined is about 600 barrels, 600,000 barrels. That we got from what? Centro. We were actually, last week I want to say, but we went into a contract with a group called the Harvest Group. But they couldn't because of what the issues that happened in Iran. They couldn't supply. So that is why now, like Fujairah Triangle, they are giving us a 1 million barrel bunga crude oil. 1 million. We also got 1 million. But we are also more excited because President indicated that right from next month, we will be getting the supply from the local crude, like Centro has gotten from. So I think that, yes, in all of this, a lot has happened. Transformations are happening in TOR, and we should applaud that. And I think that last week I made the point that maybe it's just an attempt to water down the impact of what has happened so far. But trust me, the leadership I am seeing and I've sat in, I don't only sit in the board of TOR. To be honest with you, I'm also a board member of our GPMX. That's a Ghana Petroleum Building System.
Okay.
That's a dual company operation. That is the MOX and then TOR. So 3 members of us from TOR, we form part of this African team that we sit in. So I sit in both boards, and I really have privileged information. But based on what we do, you have to be able to restrain it, because on the 30th of this month, we'll be going for TOR General AGM, and a lot will be said there. Because all the documents have been
for those who are watching today, they want some clarity on what's the benefit if Centro is getting the oil, the crude oil from us, Jubilee. Like, what's the benefit? What does the government get?
It's the kind of economy we want to run. Remember, we are like more of a liberal economy, where we think we want to encourage private sector investment. We want to encourage that. As much as we think that per national security reasons and many other things that we should also hold some state enterprises that will run, we are not completely shutting down the angle of what? A private sector. And we are not completely going to privatize everything that we have. So to me, I see that Centro operating that comes to create a healthy competition with what? TOR. And TOR, that will boost TOR's efficiency. Trust me, as we are starting today, I know per number, just direct employment TOR has given 1,400 people who are directly employed. Can you think about the multiplier effect? I know there are several other projects that are taking place in TOR. That's about 31 different projects. Cumulatively, those who are working there, who are just like casual workers, are up to 600.
Yeah.
So if you take it, that's over 2,000 people are already there. You can think about the multiplier effect. So even that angle alone, it means a lot to the country. We are not talking about city stabilization when we finally run the systems. But trust me, to have gotten a Centro to give us 600 barrel, 1,000 barrel, to even test around our system shows the collaboration that we have. So it's going to be, once again, a very perfect environment that will be able to do proper competition that will inure to the entire benefit of this country. We are not crashing out private people who have interest to invest. But we think that times have come for us to begin to look, to be forward-looking and make sure that we create a solid buffer so that when there are shocks internationally or globally, we are able to hold the country and move. It is the benefit of the Ghanaian. So to me, it's not a threat. It's rather an environment that will boost competition, that will be able to make sure that at the end of the show, when you go to the pump, you are able to get prices that you can pay for. And Kojo indicated the RFCC too. So far, I can say without any doubt that we are almost about 80-85% complete.
Okay.
Yes, they and other people are working to make sure, because we are looking at a complete cycle to the extent that TOR is even thinking about, we are having serious talks with, because we are even the loading gun, we are seeing that the pressure will be coming more, because Sanobi now almost about 70% of their offtake is coming from TOR. Yeah. And you know, because TOR, the loading gantry normally is slow compared to Central, and other people think that it's rather go to. So when you go there, you can spend about almost 45 minutes to 1 hour to load the truck. The effort is not just about even the dipping, to make sure that we improve the efficiency of it, so that when you go within 10 to 15 minutes, we are loading. We are thinking about, we are considering having talks with what? Global Holding. You know, just opposite, they have a very big land. We are thinking of that's about 13.5 acre land. We are thinking about acquiring that so that we can open several loading gantries there, so that even if there are 100 trucks that come, they won't spend much time. Go to the frontage of TOR and see the kind of development that is coming. It's a complete transformation that is taking place. And I think that we should all applaud. It's a country we are running. And then even me sitting down here wouldn't be there forever. We saw a list of people who came and worked and left.
Well, what about the concerns of people saying that the area or the oil field Jubilee is maturing? Of course, from the time we started drilling it now we're going to be increasing supply because it's into TOR as well and all of that. What are we doing to at least manage the field that will be maturing?
No, they are looking to more. I think the Explorco, in terms of GMPC, they are even looking at the Voltarian vein and basin and all that. So it means we are not just sleeping and relying on one. We are looking into more into what drilling, having more wells. Is that not it?
Yeah.
So it's a completely futuristic thing we are all looking into. We are not just focused on what we have today. No. We are thinking about exploring more into the potentials that we have. And they are even telling you that the seismic data has been beginning to point to the fact that there's even more fuel on land than what off land. So I think that we are good to go. Okay. But whatever that takes, because TOR is a strategic national investment that is there, that should be able to hold us in terms of shock. Okay. But TOR shouldn't be an institution that should crowd out other people who are also trying to compete. So far, what I've seen is healthy competition, and I believe that one government does the right thing. The right people are there with the right thinking, who have the right attitude. It's not just about having the knowledge; it's also having the right attitude to make sure that you turn things around.
Okay.
Right from 2017, like I said, to 20, it is sustainability to, and it means a lot, because if you look at from 2017 to 2024, we have that's a period of about 8 years. We have almost about 7 MDs. It means that the consistency was not there.
Okay.
And it's been one issue to the other. But trust me, so far so good. What we are seeing, I think that is good to go.
He says so far so good. He sits by the books. He says so far so good.
Yeah. I think that for
Doc will be the one wrapping the conversation for us today.
You won't let me make...
But Doc has to speak first, then when I have something.
We'll have our concluding remarks.
so Emefa, I think that...
I'll tell you how they discounted 2 million barrels of crude.
There's an information I want to give to your team. If they could speak to the General Secretary for UTAG National.
Okay.
Because I hear there's going to be some strike from the UTAG front.
Dog, you hear or you know?
I'm just giving you information.
This is not how we started. Why? Talk to them behind the scenes. Just let them know.
He intentionally didn't greet them today.
Dog, you hear or you know?
I know.
You know, this is UTAG today. Okay, that'll be my first headline story.
Maybe your first
headline. UTAG, the Moko strikers, and
some doctors are on strike.
So
when I was commenting on it, they sent me a message.
That if you are talking about strike, talk about
Joy News will also embark on strike.
Then we will see too.
Okay, Doc, let me hear yours here.
The issue is that I see Century's contribution as a milestone, to the crude oil market and the energy market. At least for the first time in the history of Ghana, the crude oil that we produce in Ghana is going to be processed domestically. And so, for me, it is something that I've always questioned. And I think that this would be good for us economically. I see that it is an initial shift, from export of fuel, which of course is having so much toll you know, especially with the strength of the cedi against the dollar. I hear we make around 4.8 to 4.9 million, you know, exports, right? Dollars. You know.
Let me check again.
Yeah.
What are
the refined oil that we bring into the country.
The one we import is the
one that we.
It's about $450 million.
Yeah.
A month.
A month.
$450 million a month.
The last I checked was 400 million. So
a month is a monthly bill.
Then that is huge, right? So if we are into this bracket, and Centio is going to make at least 1.9 savings, then of course we are heading somewhere. But I would also want to indicate that, look, as far as energy security is concerned, as far as downstream jobs are concerned, and the demand of foreign exchange, especially the dollar, is concerned, I think that the likes of TOR and other players within the industry should also start negotiations with some of these crude oil producing companies in Ghana, you know, to also look at the domestic market and how we can expand the refinery sector within our jurisdictions, so that at least we can save some of these $400 million a month, you know, to the national economy. I want to also indicate, once Honorable is here, a member of TOR, you know, I believe that even though TOR, we know or we've heard that TOR is in operation, the capacity, you know, more investment should go into the capacity building of TOR, so that I hear Centio is doing more than what TOR is doing, right? And so if a private organization is doing massively well, what about the one that the taxpayer is investing in it? I think we can do more. And so, Honorable, once you are here, I mean, I think that when we meet as board, we should begin to look at how you can expand the capacity.
Yeah, we are looking at
of TOR.
Because we are graduating from 28 to 45 to 60.
Yeah.
So it's a graduation program.
Kojo, 30 seconds.
Yeah, please. Look,
30 seconds.
when my brother brings some of these conversations and sit on national television and make them, it's very unfair to the people he includes. Honorable Isaac Osei was not forced to resign. TOR, and my brother is here, he can go and check the records. There was a tolling arrangement started under Honorable Isaac Osei with a company called Woodfields. Woodfields started tolling with TOR around August 2019. Honorable Isaac Osei left January 2020. Honorable Isaac Osei has started tolling with Woodfields before he left. Why are you saying that because he will not accept crude at a certain balance and somebody want to pocket money, so he was forced to resign? When at the time Honorable Isaac Osei resigned, he had already put in place the tolling arrangement with Woodfields. And Woodfield was the last tolling company till just a little bit. We came back in 2021, around March 2021, when there were reconciliation problems when Honorable Napo became minister. And at that time, Francis Boateng was MD. The Honorable Napo, who is the minister, advised that the tolling arrangement with Woodfields to be stopped because there were reconciliatory problems between Woodfields and TOR. So please, it's never true that Honorable Isaac Osei was forced to resign because he would not accept some tolling arrangement. He started tolling with Woodfields.
Okay. You also want to 30 seconds.
He left TOR.
January 2020.
It's not true. This story is published on...
Anybody can go online and find
wait.
19 December was when his letter came. And he exited.
Let me 30 seconds.
It's online document.
Published on 23rd December 2019. How can he... This one is saying he was forced to resign. And how can I publish... you publish in 2019
and he resigned on 2020.
What we will not do it. Won't give us.
We are not saying the report is not saying that he was being forced to resign. He said he was forced to resign.
As it was 20th December 2019, his resignation took effect January the subsequent year 2020. Look at this is public
record. At it.
Okay.
Look at
I think that the cracks of the matter is
Emefa, look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
Let me give you a quote. Currently, Tor charges Vitor and then Woodford $2.5 per barrel for the utilization of CDU. Even at that time,
you mentioned Woodfield.
Wait.
You mentioned Woodfield.
Wait. At that point,
let's move on.
At that point,
please, let's discuss
you made your point. Let me also make my point. You see, why you were exposing him, then you start doing that.
Exposing me how?
How we are exposing him? I am telling you.
I am mentioning Woodfield.
Listen.
To be honest.
Listen to me. I am telling you.
To be honest, but I'll be honest. When somebody resigned and when somebody didn't resign, really, it's not the crux of the matter for me.
What we are doing.
There's substance.
But when somebody makes an allegation, no.
Are you getting it?
Emefa.
Do you know that Wadakun left 2 million barrels of crude when MPP took over? 2 million barrels.
Okay.
When they came, Emefa, listen.
Okay, my time is.
When they came, they discounted it. Instead of 88 million, they sold it 44 million to their chronics.
Is this true?
It's not
You
true.
can verify.
It's not true. Somebody will
It's not true.
Somebody can
What are you talking about? He is a board member. He cannot tell you. He is a board member. He cannot tell you. That's why he said you can refer.
The honest thing is this.
Somebody will see him on the platform.
As we sit,
somebody will do discussion. Forget about that.
Certain allegations that are made against personalities.
It's very important.
Unless probably you have sufficient evidence enough.
Dr. Tutu, who did I mention?
Anyway,
I said because he was against coronavirus.
Stop that.
As it was said,
But if
Now, let me tell you why you should choose Safari Valley as your conference destination.
The new conference building combines modern amenities with the tranquility of nature, providing the perfect backdrop for your next seminar and corporate retreat.
The only conference destination with so many activities. You don't have to travel to visit your tennis club, the gym, or the stables. They have it all.
Enjoy this rooftop viewing deck, basking in the sunlight with the sight of wild animals roaming freely in their natural habitat.
At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
It's a unique experience that sparks creativity and rejuvenates the mind.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Through every stage of life,
Let's go.
some things simply stay with us. The spirit of never giving up. A throwback to a bygone era. Love was service. A silent statement of love. A thoughtful gesture that deepens bonds, balancing work and life. Every drop refreshes, every sip hydrates, just as it should. I am awake, one for life. Drink water, drink awake. Supporting the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA.
You're going to leave again? Yep, very much needed one so I could get to relax.
Wow, every time you go on leave, you go on vacation. Yeah. Last 2 years it was Dubai. Even last month you went to Mexico. This time, where are you going to? Tell me.
This time I'm going to Guangzhou, China.
I see. How do you do it, Abuna? Because every time I try, I get scammed.
I use Waka now. They can get you the cheapest flight deals. They assist you with your visas, your hotels. They have well-created packages for everyone, and then you can pay small. You can call them on 024-243-5515, or you can visit their website at wakanow.
Charlie, again, Guamu. Bring the shit fast.
Remember shit that your mama made. For home church, all of it, watch it. Back to school.
But the shit on the hook me.
Enjoy homemade taste of Shito, always with Didi Shito. Carefully selected ingredients, no preservatives, no colorants. Didi Shito, if you do. This advert is FDA approved.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, Joy News, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Well, welcome back to the concluding part of the show. Now, how about owning your own dream property in one of Teme's fastest growing prime locations today? At Nestor's Homes, we offer beautifully designed studio, 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom luxury homes crafted for modern living, comfort, and long-term value. Strategically located at Tema Community 26, just behind Palace Mall, our gated community gives you a serene and secure environment, easy access to major roads and key business areas, close proximity to schools, hospitals, malls, and essential social amenities. Now, what you have to do is to reserve your unit today with just 10% deposit and enjoy flexible payment plans and mortgage options. Call now on 0531 014440, 053101 4440 or 053101 4447 to book a viewing or visit us at www.nestes.com.gh. So that's by way of having your own property that you can live in comfortably. Now, for years, getting to school was a daily struggle for teachers posted to Peliga DA Basic School in the Talensi district. With no decent place to stay in the community, many traveled more than 35 kilometers each day just to teach. But today, there are signs of change. After Joy News highlighted their plight, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has constructed and handed over a fully furnished 10-bedroom teachers' accommodation facility to the school. Emmanuel Jivenu has more in our continuing series, Crumbling Starts, Season 2.
The smile on Linda Tanga's face is difficult to miss. As she walks into her classroom, she steals a glance at the new teacher's accommodation rising beside the school.
Good morning.
It is a sight she has waited for years to see.
I'm very, very excited. Now I think I want to live in Kolpelga for another 2 more years. Yes.
For 4 years, she has taught at Kopelga DA Basic School, watching teachers struggle with accommodation and long commutes. Now, as the project nears completion, Linda can finally imagine a future where teachers no longer have to choose between serving the community and finding a decent place to live.
Oh, for the accommodation, each time I turn to see the accommodation, I think there's much improvement in it, because I know that in a short while I'll be staying in a nice apartment. I will sleep comfortably. Then I will come out and then teach my children. Development of breast. Let's clap for her.
When Joy News visited Kopelga in 2024, many pupils had no desk. In their white uniforms, they sat, knelt and squatted throughout lessons.
Preserving our food is by what? Drying them.
The conditions were taking a toll on teaching and learning. Today, many of those pupils are sitting behind desks. Among them is Blessing Doc.
We were sitting on the floor. Our uniform always dirty every day. Our uniform was very dirty whenever we sit on the floor. But now we have finishers to sit on. We feel very happy to sit on finishers, and our teachers are also having butters to live. I will learn hard so that my parents will be happy, and the school too. We will raise the school up.
There's no struggle between them where to sit. Then secondly, they are always willing to contribute because they are not stressed out. Their mind is already prepared for learning. And you know, when a child sits comfortably, what is left is for their brain to open, to listen to what the teacher is saying, and also contribute to what the teacher has to give to them.
Teacher accommodation was almost non-existent, forcing some teachers to commute long distances each day, while others avoided posting altogether. After initial reports, community leaders, parents, and local authorities began pushing for solution through the Citizen-Led Action for Educational Accountability and Responsiveness project, known as CLARE, and implemented by School for Life, helped communities identify challenges, engage duty bearers, and advocates for action. The results are now visible across the school.
A lot has changed. I think after the documentary, we had 60 tables and chairs. It was donated by National Security, one COP, Abdul Rahman, then a mechanized borehole. I think you can see the polytank here. Then a 10-bedroom teacher accommodation built by Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints.
Today, a fully furnished 10-bedroom teacher accommodation facility funded by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has been completed and handed over to the school. For head teacher Joseph Ayonka, the impact is transformational.
It's going to improve everything. Next academic year, teachers will be even applying to come to this school because the accommodation is decent, everything is going to be good, and our water system is there. So if a teacher comes to school and you have your accommodation with a bed and mattress there, what you need is just your bag. And the water is there too. So I don't know what teachers will need again. So I'm giving this school 5 to 10 years, everything will improve. BEC, students, enrollment, everything will change. Yeah, I think that is affecting us. But as far as we are getting this, I'm very sure that in the next 5 years, this will be a model school for every teacher to come.
Teacher accommodation has long been one of the biggest barriers to staffing rural schools. Before construction began, some teachers traveled for more than an hour each day just to reach the school. The new facility is expected to change that.
It's going to help because, when there is school and there's no teachers, when the children come, they'll run back. So you see that the school, it will not be effective. But as the accommodation is there, if they post a teacher come, the teacher will stay. They do post tickets, but they come and run back because of accommodation. But now that we are getting the accommodation, they will stay. And the school students will get a good tuition.
The changes at Kopelga did not happen by chance. They followed the community's determination to be heard and the willingness of institutions to respond. The school now has desks, clean water, and decent accommodation for teachers.
Private institutions are coming in to support in providing teacher accommodation and then providing desks for learners is welcoming news to us. And then these are the kind of actions we talk about when we talk about citizens being involved in leading to campaign or advocate for education delivery to be served on them. And these are the things we are happy about.
And we are very grateful to Joy News. It is through Joy News that we had this. And we can't forget of School for Life, who also brought Joy News to help us air this our grievances to the government, which Latter-day Saints came and helped us. So we are very grateful to Joy News and School for Life. And we won't forget, Latter-day Saints, we say, we thank you so much.
Kopelga has a reason to celebrate. Children who once sat on the floor now learn behind desks. Teachers who struggle to find accommodation now have a place to call home. And a community that refused to accept the status quo is beginning to see the results of its persistence. Emmanuel Jivenu, Joy News, Kopelga, Talensi District, Upper East Region.
And that's how we wrap up the show. We'll meet again, God willing. Tomorrow up next is the News Desk.